Is it slapping hard? Is it hard slaps? What is
I don't know if it's hard slap.
It's pretty groovy,
All right.
actually.
What a way to welcome with Sam.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, it's slapping some dick over here.
No, we're talking about the groovy theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are we live now?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, cool. Well, hey guys, my name is Spence, otherwise known as Tryhard Heroes. You don't need to know me. Don't worry about that. We're doing this all together as a group with the three of us. We got Aqua FPS, otherwise known as Ian, King's Entourage, which we call Ray, and we're joined by General freaking Sam, who's over there eating chocolate chip cookies and milk.
I finished them. That was my pregame snack.
Oh,
okay.
he beat it to it.
Yeah, and much like George Washington taught us how to be a president, I'm going to teach everyone how to be the first guest on the what's the name of the show again? Tube Dudes.
Booby boys.
Yeah, Tube Dudes.
Tube Dudes.
You really wolfed those down, didn't you? Those cookies.
Hey, I know what I'm about, son. I'm not fucking around. Right?
Yeah.
I am
got
here
into
to
this.
I'm here to talk and eat cookies. Nothing more.
Yeah. All right. Well, just as a disclaimer to everybody just tuning in, this is our first podcast. We don't really know what the fuck we're doing. We're going to try to figure this out as we go. So don't expect this to be a well-oiled man machine. It's going to be kind of fucking awkward. But that being said, let's start off with some conversation points. So,
Well,
how do you...
before that,
okay, well, yeah. What's up?
The idea of this show
Yes.
is we're going to invite streamers and YouTubers on this show, and we're going to talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's a formula. It's been done many times before, but we're doing it again. So here we go. But we're also gonna take a close examination of the guests' work, their channels, their contributions, etc. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to just talk about whatever weird video we find on the internet that we want to talk about. So that's kind of the format here. And we're going to just like Mystery Science Theater, some videos, and just kind of hang out. So that's it. Okay.
So
Totally.
wait a second. Since I was your last minute replacement guest.
Yeah, you weren't our first choice, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
certainly not. No.
And I got a question, just, a personal one. I think everybody else is kind of wondering this too. Like the future roster of content creators out there, are there any ethnic ones?
Jesus fucking Christ.
I was just wondering because
This is why you are the last resort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yes.
gathered. Yes. Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for just cutting the legs out from my next retort that I was going to say. But all right, let's carry on.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just jump into this. I'm actually kind of curious myself personally. At what point did you decide you wanted to start doing YouTube? Like, what clicked in your brain that was something you wanted to do?
Too general. Sam,
wait,
assuming.
Are we like actually? Are you going to be putting me on the stand?
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the fucking stand. I want to know about you as a man.
Oh, okay. Well, it all started when I was 7. I was
Shut that
talk up. No, let's see. Okay, you remember those guys, Achievement Hunter, with like Jeff, the guy that's all tatted up from the ass up. You know that guy?
Yeah, the guy who rages. Yeah.
That guy, I was like, I want to have a channel like his. And so at first I was like informative and stuff in all my videos. And I realized I wasn't good at anything, good enough to have like informative style videos. But I am pretty good at making like dick jokes and stuff. So that it's slowly morphed into that. And then and my first channel got stabbed to death in my arms. And I made another one. And
What happened to that first channel?
remember when it was the rage to like join networks, like any network that offered you anything? And I just I joined a network and they were like, haha, your money's mine now. And then since then, you know this, Aqua, you get emails like every day, people like, join our network. And whenever they just their third email, I always just go like, why? You do that one time, and they don't even know how to respond. Like, because then they actually sit back and think like, well, there isn't really an incentive to joining. I mean, we don't really do anything.
What can I tell this man to convince him?
It's just like it's just adding a middleman for no reason. And my favorite
15% of your revenue or more. Yeah.
And my favorite thing is like, they're like, we'll teach you how to do stuff to be a better content creator. I'm like, if you knew, you would be a content creator. You don't fucking know. I know better than you do. You should be paying me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Totally.
But yeah. So the best part is so the first network I joined that like took my channel, they were Ukrainian based. And then like the Ukrainian revolution happened over there. So they're probably all dead, you know?
Oh, geez. So I guess that's
wow. Just wow.
That's a good fucking end of that story too.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Long story short, don't join an MCN.
Yeah.
You'll probably all die in a governmental uprising of some form.
Yeah. I think we've all learned a valuable lesson here. Well, anyway.
Yeah. The longer version of that is I actually staged the coup that ended up just to get revenge, you know? I didn't want to go into that. That was
Sam,
it's only an hour podcast. Yeah, it's only an hour podcast.
We don't have to go into
my $200.
We don't have to go into General Sam's well-orchestrated plan to overthrow the Ukraine. That's for another day.
Yeah.
Where do you think they get the name General Sam?
Ooh.
Yikes.
Right.
That's a good play.
Yeah.
That's a good play on that, yeah.
If you actually want to know this backstory behind
I do.
that, it's 'cause,
I do.
Yeah.
I used to play Age of Empires with my dad back in the day, and like all the NPCs are always like Eric the Red or like, you know, all these like age-old legendary figures, you know. And so I was like, well, what's a cool name for me? General Sam, because I'm like, you know, making armies and stuff. And
Cool.
and then when I made a YouTube channel, I named myself that, and then it like took off. And I'm like, well, God, I wish I could change this fucking name.
Too late now.
It's the dumbest damn thing I've ever
I think it has a pretty good ring to it, actually.
It's awesome, but like
Yeah.
I think
It
a
makes
lot
it
of
sound
people-
like I take myself very seriously, is what it sounds like. Like, you know that guy Bed Bananas?
Yeah.
He has the best name. It just sounds like one of those Microsoft generated names, Bed Bananas.
It probably is.
It's just,
To be fair.
it's just fun, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same thing with Charborg. Charborg's so stupid, like that name. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. It's the best name. Like if I could just redo my name, it would be something like that.
I really wish I could redo my name too.
Yeah, because your URL is Macaws7 or something. I don't
Well,
know.
he has
Yeah.
Aqua FPS now too, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
He has the old
Guy's manager stepped in.
Yeah, well, I gotta put you straight,
Yes.
okay?
I did that on my own. Thank you very much.
Stiff armed me out of the way. It's actually Aqua FPS now.
Don't make him
Don't
look
ruin
retarded.
don't ruin the branding. The branding.
Ruining the branding. God damn. Holy shit.
But what would you
All
change your
right.
name to? Like, do you have anything
Yeah.
like in mind?
No, I don't have anything in mind.
come
it's
on.
too late now.
If you had a choice, what would you be other than General Sam?
I don't know.
Admiral Frank?
No, it would not be anything military. It would just be like, you know, Bongo Boys or something.
Oh, that's
It
a
would
good
be
one.
something
The
Yeah,
it's a Fard Buster.
with the Z. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my go-to name for all my videos when I upload them to make sure they're advertiser friendly. And so that would be my channel name, just Bongo Boys.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
See, I can get behind that name. I think
Every
that.
upload is called Bongo Boys as well.
Yeah.
Bongo Boys by Bongo Boys.
Yeah.
Description is Bongo Boys. Tag Bongo Boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck
I wish I could change my name. Like the FPS suggests I actually have motor skills and I'm able to like actually play these games well, but that is not the case, I assure you.
Yeah,
Right.
actually, like that one game we played recently.
It's really
like,
misrepresentation.
there's like a
yeah.
recording of Aqua trying to press a one button for like a good solid 10 seconds. So Mortar Skill's gone.
Yeah. VR is
Uh,
especially difficult. But
It is for so many reasons. All right, so now General Sam, what is, in your opinion, what is the most common reason people fail at the whole being a content creator, being a YouTuber? Why do you think they give up Like, because there's been a lot of people, over the years, they try to start up a channel and they don't really, let's face it, your channel's met quote unquote success, because as we know, YouTubers and money aren't exactly something that comes to all of them. But your channel has hit a large amount of success regardless. In your opinion, what is it that stops people from getting that far?
It's persistence. That's it.
That's it.
Across the board is persistence, dude. Because how many times, like, okay, let's take for example, a little recent thing, Bumbo. He had a meteoric rise with his what's that stupid game, VR Chat. He made VR Chat videos, and then all of a sudden it died again because VR Chat was no longer funny. People didn't like that. It wasn't the flavor of the month, and he just sat there and looked at his channel in ruins and said, "Well, fuck it," and walked away. But the thing about YouTube, Aqua knows this, I know this, and especially people that are like long timers, like that. What's that guy? Like I don't know. Especially, God, what's that dude's name? PSI Syndicate. This guy knows that. It's a constant state of building yourself up and then picking up the pieces once it comes crashing down. That's all it is. Because nobody wants to see the same shit over and over again forever. And I started
yourself a lot.
Reinvent yourself constantly. I did Skyrim stuff. Boom, it fell. Then I started doing like Let's Plays on Skyrim. Boom, it fell. Then I started doing Rust. Then I hit the Oblivion thing. Then I circled back and did Sheckelstein. And then now I'm just doing like one-off garbage. And I'll pick up something else later.
You'll find out.
It's working out, though.
Yeah.
And like Aqua's in the middle of reinventing himself now from just doing like, was it like the solo Rust survival thing?
Rust.
It only works for so long.
Yeah.
And what people get discouraged with is, and I think like other YouTubers don't realize this, is you have to make, I don't think people understand just how many shitty videos I made. I am at 1,000+ videos on my current channel.
So you had another one before this.
My previous channel had 200 and something videos, and I would delete them constantly because I made them on like the you remember those Dazzle capture cards?
Nope.
No, it was shaped like a fucking boomerang, dude. You could whip that thing at your younger brother if you got mad at him. It was like a boomerang with a USB cord sticking out the bottom end, and it recorded at 480p, and it said 480p. That shit wasn't 480p. and this was before it was like standard to put like mic like commentary in videos. And so I would just have gameplay and I would put it up, and like my
silent gameplay. Wow.
Silent gameplay.
You really got here early on.
Yeah. And my first like hit was on GTA 4. It was like right when that game came out. I did this video called like Interable Buildings, and it was just like showing the locations of all the places you could go in and out of. And shit, dude, that channel got to like 17,000 subs, got taken away, and then I started building it back up on a new channel. Like people just get discouraged too fast.
Yeah.
People give up really easily.
I made hundreds of videos that sucked before I made one that was even worth watching. And then I got my shit taken away, and then I rebuilt it from the ground up. It's like it sucks. Now, the one thing I'll tell you people not to do is don't start streaming as your main thing. There's nothing more demoralizing than just sitting there streaming for nobody. And then like you're just like an asshole sitting by yourself with no viewers. But like doing YouTube, you put it out there and then you can walk away and do something productive with your life. And then like, hey, if it gets viewers, that's fine. And then once you get an audience, move over to streaming. But don't just sit there in a room by yourself and waste away months of your life starting to stream.
Yeah. Plus
with no viewers.
When you're not streaming, you're not there. Like a video will just sit there and you can promote it like passively. However,
Aqua's got a banging video right now that's like viral as fuck. He's getting subs right now like you would not believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. How that happened.
YouTube works while you're asleep.
I take stabs in the dark. That's what I do for every video I do, and this is the first one that really landed, I guess.
That worked for Jack the Ripper. It'll work for you,
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Right?
I love this. I'm looking at this graphic right now on the Twitch thing. It's pretty nice. Like the three of you sitting at the table.
We're just
and
looking
then
at
I'm your
you.
waiter.
Yeah.
I'm your like waiter, just blacked out.
You're just this
Yeah.
question mark guy. That
Who's
no
that
one cares.
Pokemon?
Yeah.
It's all. They're not. Nobody's gonna guess me. I'm way
We got
too tall.
your
I don't
head
have a
right
gut.
too.
Yeah.
We didn't put the gut in, but
Yeah.
it was
You
a
need
last
to-
minute thing. You know, we didn't know who to put.
Or that
Well,
Trump ass.
We want
Yeah.
the chibi representing you to be as close as possible. So at first the head was smaller, but then Aqua was like, no, make that bigger. So
Goddamn. Oh wait, you want to know the classic one? If we could continue on this for a
Yeah,
second.
go ahead.
Yes, totally.
People do this perpetual setup of like, I have to get everything right. Is what they'll do. You've heard this, Aqua. I know you have. People are like, well, I want to get a better mic first. I want to get
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to get the right graphics card. I need to get a streaming PC. I need to get this or that. And it's like, I need to know what content to make. I'm like, dude, your first whatever is going to suck ass. That's just what it's,
Yeah.
that's how it's going to be.
Just doing it
Just
is the best. You just do
Totally.
it. Yeah. Like
Just
that
do it,
Shia
and
LaBeouf
it'll
guy
get
is right. Yeah. You
Yeah,
gotta
if you-
just
if
do
you-
it.
If you're just
It'll
sitting
get better.
there, if you're just sitting there waiting for like one situation to be just right, you're always going to be fucking waiting. Like that was
Yeah.
the same thing when I was a music producer. I remember some guy being like, "Oh, I can't record till I get like this boom arm," and I'm like, "No, fuck that. Get a broom handle, get some duct tape, make it work." And it's the same thing with YouTube, I think.
Okay. Well, since you're going to the music thing, think
Yeah.
of like, Night Lavelle, the rapper. He
Yeah,
made Dark Light with I think it was a Blue Yeti or a Blue
Yes.
Snowball. That's a massive hit.
yeah,
That has like tens of millions of views. Everybody loves that song. Made with like, I think it was a Blue Snowball.
yeah. I think and same thing with Daft Punk too, right? Like boombox, shitty little synthesizer, and then they fucking-
Gorillaz mastered and they produced an entire album on an iPad.
yeah,
Frankie
Mac
on
DeMarco.
PC.
Analog 8-track.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Frankie on
Yeah.
PC got millions of subs with a fucking Blue Snowball. And he used the iPod's earbud headphones like he was fucking Bono, you know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
totally. Just get started. Yeah.
Just go. Do it.
So now this kind of ties into the prior question and the conversation we're having. But what are some of the specific roadblocks you've ran into that you think other people should keep an eye out for if they're going to be pursuing being a content creator?
Roadblocks.
Yeah, like anything kind of like gets in their way, maybe collaborating with the wrong people, anything like that. Yeah.
Upload schedules.
Upload schedule.
Everyone says the exact opposite. They say like, you got to keep a schedule, man. I'm like, listen here, dude. It's not a menstrual cycle, all right? You put out the content when it's ready.
And they'll watch it when
When
they're
you
ready.
Yeah, because then you get into this thing where it's like you're going through the motions. Nobody wants to be that YouTuber, and everybody has that person in mind when I'm talking about this, where it's like that YouTuber that just he puts out a video and you can tell is like there was nothing. He's trying to hit that deadline. It's just something out there. Now you can do that once you're like big and you're just trying to get a fucking paycheck, you know. But when you're building an audience, the last thing you want to do is put out filler content. Sit there and think about it. What are people going to search for this? First of all, are people going to share this? Second of all, and then if you can't come up with a reason as to why they're going to do either of those things, throw that shit in the dumpster and start again. You got to think about something else.
Totally.
Kind of contrary to the just do it thing we just talked about.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's
you,
like
you got to do with what you have. You should always push for quality over quantity, in my opinion.
Oh, that's another thing is why the fuck would anybody watch you if you're not better than the person that you aspire to be? For example, if you're like golden icon is someone that's on top, a YouTuber, and you emulate their content, that's great and everything. But what's the incentive to watch you versus them? You got to make your stuff better than the person you want to be. If
Not
your
better,
content's
just-
within this
just your
industry.
own, make it your own thing.
Either
People will enjoy
that's
it.
another thing. You either have to be different than everybody else, or you have to be better than everybody else.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Be the
stand
same.
out in some
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. For example, that's how I got my start with Skyrim. Everybody else was like that fucking gopher guy that does like serious let's plays. You know?
Yeah.
I was the
Yeah.
only guy that was doing like dirty, filthy let's plays on Skyrim. I can't think of a single other person that was just gross, on like Let's Play. Like, I'm serious. There, I was the only person that did it because everybody else was like, you know, I'm like, what's this? Like a basket weaving Let's Play? Like, why are you so into this? In like a legitimate, like, I don't know, that shit was way too nerdy for me. And I'm a nerd. That's coming from a nerd. I was like, I'm going to steal this guy's lunch money if he keeps talking like this.
Totally.
So,
yeah.
So I made like just a gross Let's Play and people loved it. For the most part. I mean, it grew over time, but
yeah. Like it'll catch us.
A lot of your Skyrim videos are over 1 million views too. Like a good chunk of them. So you really cornered a Skyrim market.
Some of them. Like, it was weird. It was like the ones there was a couple in there that I didn't even plan on it. You know how this is, Aqua. It's like the ones that you don't want to be viral end up being viral.
Yeah.
And you're like, great, now that's what people are going to think of me, you know?
Before recently, my biggest video was a Terminus video that I, contrary to what I said before, like, I didn't think it was that great. Like, I had some good, like, PvP in it, but the editing was nothing special. It was just linear, like, boring, like, here's what I did on Terminus that day, and it ended up being, like, nearly 1 million views over time. And it's such a bad representation of like what I feel that I'm capable of, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Hey, can I talk about like someone in chat? Can I do that?
Yeah. You can do that.
This guy's lying right in my face. Kid Bro says, man, Sam is so intelligent. Look at that. Hey, look at that. In the middle of the podcast, Abby was like, let's turn the fucking dryer on.
Then you hear her grabbing arm in the background. Clack, clack. Yeah. All right. Well, okay. So here's something I'm personally curious about, because I remember watching you like ages ago and seeing your editing style. There's been some things I've done in my videos that I saw that you've done in yours. I was really impressed by. Do you have any like film background or experience outside of YouTube?
Good question.
No, not really.
That's all just self-taught?
I was like, okay, so this goes back to the whole everything you do in the beginning is gonna suck.
Yeah.
And this one of these rules that I made for myself early on was every video do something new that you didn't do in the previous video. And so I would always do something that was like, I don't do this anymore because I've basically done everything except for like 3D renderings or something like that. I ain't got time for that shit, nor am I creative enough for that.
Save that for the fucking normies.
Yeah, but I would sit there and like I would always try something new every time. And I used to try to get like the most aesthetic look possible, and now I try so hard, which, believe it or not, takes a lot of effort to make your videos look like garbage. Do you know how much extra effort? Because it's like recorded in like this beautiful 1080p 60 FPS. It takes a lot of work to make it look like shit. But I go all out trying to make it happen.
Just grinding it down with some sandpaper, really getting that
look. But there's, you know, and obviously some videos if it's something special, I'll put more effort into it. Like those Oblivion, like Dark Dude and all those Thief Guy videos and stuff. Like I put like more effort into those than some of the others. But for the most part, no, I don't have any. I just like what you do is you sit there and look at somebody else's shit that you like and you just steal their stuff until you steal enough stuff that you make it your own.
Totally.
You know, just grabbing what are they gonna do?
That's
sue you? Yeah.
Well, there's like, and that's something that I got in this discussion with a guy with a little while ago, where it was the idea that there's the illusion of creating something new, but you're not really. You're taking a bunch of things that already exist, making them fuck each other, and getting a weird fuck baby out of it, and that's what is kind of new, you know. And that's the closest you can get to.
Well, at this point, there's not much that is new. You know,
no,
like the world's invented everything that's going to be invented. Essentially, I mean, there's a couple things, but most of it just regurgitated shit.
Yeah, we're just beating a bunch of dead horses.
Someone in chat asked an interesting question. Actually, do you have a personality separate from YouTube or Twitch, or are you the same as you are in person, as how you portray yourself in your content?
I don't know, Aqua. You answer that question. You talk to me outside of YouTube.
He's exactly the same. 100%.
Yeah.
And so am I, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you are like in your videos and everything. You're a pretty genuine guy.
Thank you.
And like that's how you are in personal life. I can't think of a single YouTuber that I can see on like some stuff you might amp up, you know, I mean, because you're in a video, so you're gonna be like, you know, you drink a fucking cup of coffee before you start doing it.
Yeah,
like
you want to be lively.
Before streaming, I'll drink a cup of coffee or something like that. I'm definitely not gonna sit down and crank one out before I stream, be all fucking relaxed and strung out, you know, before 1,800 people.
You need attention. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, no, you gotta be on the ball
for a basketball game or something, you know?
Yeah, it's a more lively version of just your normal self. Now, if you catch me at like 11:30, I'm gonna be kind of quiet. A lot of people in the Discord are like, wow, Sam, you're a lot more quiet than I thought. It's like, motherfucker, it's like you're like 15, so you're gonna stay up till 4 a.m. I'm like about to go to bed. I'm an old ass man. It's 11:30, dude. Of course I'm not talking a lot. God damn, son.
Yeah.
Acting like I'm just gonna come in here at 11:30 at night, right before my bedtime, just spewing out memes left and right. Not gonna happen.
I think a lot of channels might be a little bit different than their normal personality. Like, I don't know, like
I
someone like Ali A.
I was gonna say Ali A probably is like a really
but like
different person.
People around like, you know, smaller channel size, like I think most people are kind of just themselves. You know, it's not really like an oiled machine.
I pray that Protopod is the same guy. That guy's my YouTube, like, he's my little muse. I love watching his videos, and I hope he's like that in real life. Yeah.
All right. Well,
him and Report of the
Week.
Yeah. I hope he's genuine. Yeah.
Oh.
He asked me. He's put so much of his life into it. Like he's got his suits and everything, and like you can tell the way his hair is and everything. It's laying that way, dude. It's not like he didn't just comb it like that all of a sudden. You can tell it's like that every day.
Yeah. He's not buying all those suits just for this channel, you know?
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
Is it better to change your personality for YouTube or just be more entertaining? I'm sorry, I'm just reading stuff from
That's fine.
That's good.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. Red X007X. Or that was probably 007X. I'm sorry. Yeah. He said, is it better to change your personality for YouTube or just be more entertaining? Okay, so you gotta, as a person, you have to know your strengths. I am very poor at realizing my own strengths. That's why my channel is like, it's been like back and forth zigzagging onto what the hell, before I struck what was the best version or what I was good at, I guess. The type of content that best channeled what is most entertaining about myself. Some people, here, I'll use Anthony Pitt 1 as an example. Anthony Pitt 1, I've met him. I've talked to him at length. He is not an entertaining person in the slightest. He is a very crotchety old man living in a fucking 19-year-old's body. And but he realizes this. And so he doesn't put any of himself in a video. He's like a hermit. He hides away from the limelight, and he's good at editing. He's got great comedic timing. He's got great editing skills. There's a strength to that, you know, he like almost like a writer's brain. Like a lot of the people that are behind, let's say Seinfeld, aren't necessarily funny people in front of the camera, but they're really funny behind the camera. And that's how Anthony Pitt 1 is. He's great at making hilarious content, but I feel like in front of it, not so much, you know?
Yeah. Totally.
Going back to that question though, I think you should be yourself. I think people can sniff out ingenu.
No, that's not necessary, dude. Because think about Filthy Frank. That was not a genuine portrayal of himself. If you want to make a character that is outlandish,
I'm not talking about a character. Yeah, a character that like it consists. Yeah, I guess.
Well,
you're right
I
there. Yeah.
I don't know.
There is some YouTubers. There's one guy in particular. I won't say his name, but in his videos, he's like, when he starts off, he's almost fucking manic. He's like, "Hello, guys, I'm so excited!" And he like loses his fucking. There's no way in fuck he's like that in like 24/7 in his life.
Yeah,
and people love him. So you know, hey, I don't know what to tell you.
More power to him.
The screaming. I don't really like the screaming myself.
Me neither, but it works for some people.
What's going on, guys? This is going to be absolutely mental.
Why are both of them? Why are both of them British?
They're obviously They're talking about the fucking whoosh, crack the whip guy. I forget his name. That's who you're talking about, right? What's his name? Jacksepticeye. That's it. Yeah, there you go. The shooters. I can't say that guy's name. But yeah, Jacksepticeye.
He yells quite a bit.
Yeah, he just yells a lot.
I can't handle it. Like it actually, it's I'm actually on the spectrum, so I can relate this to being around fluorescent light bulbs. Jacksepticeye, no different.
Yeah, when you turn on his video, it just gives you like whiplashes. You're like, I wasn't prepared for that.
That whip is like actually like, whoa!
Did I just have a stroke?
Like, snaps your neck.
Yeah, it's a little too much. Okay, so now let's say hypothetically, let's say one day you decide, fuck this YouTube thing, I don't want to do this shit anymore. And what would be another a career or a passion or whatever you would choose to attempt to pursue other than YouTube? If you had a choice.
Okay, I've always wanted to like make I've always wanted to make a skate video. I think that would be cool. But like, I know there's no money in that. But
like real skating?
Like
or
a
like
legit,
in Skate 3.
No, like legit skating. That's why I started making Skate 3 montages. Oh, I forgot about that. That was one of the things I started out doing. Was on EA Skate 1, 2, and 3. I made like legit montages on there.
That's how I learned how to edit, making skate videos.
Yeah, and I
just with my friends and stuff. Yeah,
I would love to do that. Like, just make someone just an absolute meme of a skate video.
Yeah,
but I know there's like no money in that, so I think it would be cool to make like music videos. Maybe I think a music video would be pretty fun.
I don't know how to even edit a music video. I don't know how to even, like a skate video. I know what, like, you know, you could add some hit markers, like really juice it up. You know what I'm saying?
Are have a really interesting formula. It's like you'll have it's literally you just play the fucking song over and over again in different settings. So you have them like in a bathtub rolling around and lip syncing to it or whatever the fuck, or different like creative things.
Don't forget the classic meme of speeding up the song by like 25% and then you record it and then you slow the footage down by 25%.
Yeah.
And that like
just do all that
catchy look. Especially whenever the drummer's playing, so you get the slow cymbal slapping around,
and then you pour some water on it so it's
yeah,
and then you just line it all up, sync it up, and then just switch the scenes as the song goes, and boom, you got a music video.
Okay, but that's like the boring music video.
I wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't want to do one of those.
I would want to do like one, like the one that Shia LaBeouf fucking wrote and recorded. Have you seen that one? I think it was a Marilyn Manson music video. I can't recall, but it was really fucked up.
He did one for Cage too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've seen that one. But
I haven't seen that one. I've heard of it though.
It's pretty cool, dude. For a Shia LaBeouf music video, I didn't think it would be any good, but like it's I don't know. It sounds like a love song at first, and then you find out that it's a serial killer following his victim home, and you're like, "Oh, this took a fucking creepy turn."
Fuck yeah.
What's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal is in a pretty cool music video, where he is a serial killer, and it's just him going around killing everybody.
Oh yeah, that
you
one was
showed
really
me
cool.
that.
Yeah,
you said you were gonna send me Jake Gyllenhaal in a music video, and then and I thought you were gonna send me the one where he's like playing tennis. And he's got.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what music video that is.
That's Vampire Weekend.
Oh okay. When I saw that, that's when I realized that Jake Gyllenhaal has a pretty fucking tight ass. Absolutely no homo, but
but like
exquisite ass on that man.
You don't have to say that.
You can appreciate a nice ass here and there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. All right.
Beautiful ass on him.
So I'm curious about your own opinion, because I know one of your one of my favorite types of humor that you utilize in your videos is very self-deprecating. But I'm curious from your own standpoint, what is it you're like? He's really good at it. But no, I was curious, what is it that you feel you are least good at in your life? Like, what is it you're like the fucking worst at, in your opinion?
Not just in YouTube, just in life.
Just in life. Yeah. What is your worst skill?
Let's all talk about what we're horrible at.
Yeah. I don't know, because I'm just so great at everything. You know?
I knew that was going to be.
I have a hard time picking because everything's at 99%. You know, it's just. That's a good. I'm really bad at time management. If we're going to talk about everything, time management is not my strong suit. I will sit there and spend an hour and a half on a thumbnail that at the end I'm like, what is this? This is garbage. What am I doing?
I've been down that road many times. And my thumbnails are always shit. So
and me and Aqua have talked about this, by the way. We talked about this where it's like, as we're getting older, I feel like our editing prowess has slowed down. Like the end product is always, comparable to the previous one, but I feel like it's taking longer and longer for me to put a video together. Like my geriatric mind is just slipping and I just lose gaps of time. I really hope that I have like split personality disorder and I'm blacking out and doing stuff in the meantime, but I've spent, sometimes 10 hours editing something. At the end, I'm like, what the fuck? This would have taken me 2 hours, 3 hours, like a year and a half ago.
Editing for me is so weird. I sit down and just hours go by, and like I don't like. It's like I go into like a trance, and like I stand up when it's done, and I'm like, "What the fuck just happened?"
I think you guys are like in YouTuber years, like old.
Yeah, we are fucking old, dude. Yeah. We are. And another thing about YouTube and like time management is if you're doing it properly, where you're making a living out of it, you're working multiple jobs. Worth of work. Like you're doing multiple things that it should be multiple people's jobs. And so, but there's not enough money to spread around to hire someone unless you're like a big boy, and none of us are big boys.
You have to wear a lot of hats.
And so you have a lot of half-ass jobs. And so it's going to slip somewhere. Either the quality of your content's going to slip or something behind the scenes. So like my accounting should be better than it is, but it isn't, because I want to have, or like, my stream should be better than it is. I have like the shittiest emotes of all time, and I have this horrible schedule and I never stick to it. And I got, there's always something that's fallen behind unless you really start like phoning it in on your content, or you're just doing like a let's play. Everyone asks for a let's play back. I'm like, this is the most thoughtless content of all time, just doing a let's play. And, so something's going to fall behind. And that's my problem, is time management.
Totally. Okay, cool.
Aqua, no. We got to have everyone's.
Oh yeah. I forgot we're doing this round robin. Okay, Aqua, what's your release? What are you the worst at?
Doing dishes.
What?
I don't know. Every time I try and like wash any dish by hand, I get that shit all over the front of my shirt every single time. I can't figure this out. Wow. All the years I've been alive, I've never been able to do this. So that's pretty bad. What?
I was gonna say that like that's a perfect, like that's like the man trump card is basically you always act like you don't know what the fuck you're doing so that the woman in your life expects nothing out of you.
She just gets pissed off and does it for you.
I have pretended like I didn't know how to load a dishwasher for like 8 years. and like at the end, I know
the soap in.
No, she keeps looking at me like I'm retarded, and I'm like, and in the back of my head, I'm like, it's just a dishwasher. You just put the shit in there. It can't be that fucking hard. And I know how to do it, but I just act like I don't. I always pick up the casserole dish and put it on the top shelf, and she looks at me like, "Oh, come on." You out of your fucking mind trying to put a casserole dish up there? You can't even close the top. What are you doing? And then she pushes me out of the way, and then she just gets me to empty it. I'll empty it all day, but I don't want to load it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, the dishwasher is a whole nother animal. I'm talking like
hand washing.
I mean, luckily I have a dishwasher.
You just rub soap on it.
No, I know I can get the soap on it, but it will also get on the front of my shirt.
You're one of those fucking idiots when like the water's on all the way. You just you put the spoon under it and it just
I'm so good at time management.
That
I'm trying to wash that spoon as fast as possible.
And wash everything.
And I will sacrifice my shirt for it. And that's kind of my thought process there. I just haven't figured out how to do it efficiently. That's the only problem. Yeah.
That's a good image in my head.
Wow.
Aqua's spoon splashing his ass.
Yeah. Sloshing around the water like a child. Yeah, exactly, Celestial. Yeah. It's a mess. Yeah. So try hard. What are you bad at?
I would say fucking cooking, man. I don't think there's been a single meal that I've made for myself that you guys have heard me eat that hasn't resulted in me being like, this is
disgusting.
Yeah, it's just horrible. I am the worst cook in the world. I don't get it. I think the one thing I can make is like a fucking omelet, but like you can make an omelet by cracking an egg on a hot rock. Like, I mean, that's not a fucking skill. So I would say that's my
You can make one outside in your driveway.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. No.
Did you guys just skip over Kings?
No, we're getting there.
I think I'm last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Last
we're getting
important too. So.
So
Yeah.
Kings, worst
Best
skill.
for last.
I don't know. I think like being funny on command. Like if I'm trying to really be funny in an awkward situation, I'm terrible at it. But like if I have like dry humor, it's fine. Like whatever. But like if I'm trying to be funny on command or like when I need to, it's really tough. I'm like one of those awkward kids.
Completely unrelated to this. Yo, Kings, you want to tell us a joke real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, put him on the spot, Sam.
And make us laugh.
Kings, you really walked yourself right into that one.
Hey, I'm just saying I've been hankering for a good chuckle, and this podcast is kind of drying out. Kings, play us off with a joke. Get everyone slapping their knee.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you let everybody down. Right, next talking point.
Let's go.
Podcast is ruined.
Yeah.
Kings, I think you can be very funny.
All right,
Just-
come on.
just
Just
saying.
because we're on podcast,
Yeah, you don't have to be
lie
nice
the
to
fucking
me.
guy. Yeah, or lie to him, be nice to him, whatever you want to say.
Just telling it like it is.
All right, so I know Ian had some talking points prepared. Do you want? Because I've been firing off like
Yeah.
rapid fire here.
You've been freaking interrogating him.
Yeah, I want to know his
All right.
fucking Soviet secrets.
Is this like good cop, bad cop now? Which one's Aqua?
I
Aqua's
have
good.
He's the awkward cop.
I don't know. I have like 2 questions. One of which I'm thinking of them right now because Triard kind of asked them already. But what I'm curious about is your favorite food.
Ooh.
Favorite food?
Yeah, if you like last death row last meal situation, what will you have?
I am not fucking around, and this is not a meme, and this is not good for my health.
You're gonna
There's
die,
nothing
right?
that makes me happier than like a fried chicken sandwich.
Me too.
For some,
That is
like,
the best.
that's
That's the food of the gods, right there.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why. Like that's why I love Chick-fil-A so much. I
Me too.
sacrificed my Twitter account for a fried chicken sandwich.
That is true.
Not even for a fried chicken
For the
sandwich.
chance.
For the chance of getting a free fried chicken sandwich.
So listen to this. My girlfriend is from Georgia. The only reason we're still together is when I go down to Georgia with her, we go to Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, if we could
But
talk
yeah,
about Chick-fil-A.
that is a major bonus to that relationship, though. I will say that.
Right. What's with Chick-fil-A and giving you like the ass end of the potato and their waffle fries? You know what I'm saying?
To be
like the
honest, I've only been there like 3 times in my life. They don't
Well,
really have it.
they
here.
have like the waffle fry, and then all of a sudden they just give you like it's like the nub ass end of a potato. I'm like, wait, you didn't catch this before you threw it in the fucking fryer, dude? It takes up like a third of my little carton of French fries. I don't want this in here.
Yeah, but they're
That's
saving
them
money.
showing you. Well, yeah, they're saving money, but they're also showing the customer, I don't give a fuck about you. Eat my
Yeah, just eat it.
potato
You
ass.
don't eat it, you fat ass. They just see me, and they scrape the rest of the ass ends into my thing. Look at this fucking idiot. He'll eat it.
You
And
sick
they don't even
motherfuckers.
hand it to me. They just throw it on the floor. They're like, eat it off the floor, you animal.
Yeah. And then they make
cry
you
and
lick
I
their
do
boot.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
And I
no.
do it.
Yeah. Anything for that chicken.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, anybody who's listening, if you're into any kind of fetish like that, go to Chick-fil-A. It's
Yeah.
it's great.
Have you seen that video of the Chick-fil-A employee sprinting down the road to give that person their meal that they forgot at the window?
What?
No, but that's amazing.
That is like, because everyone jokes about Chick-fil-A and customer service. This guy, he is doing a straight up like Forrest Gump run, like the beginning of like when he starts doing the run and he's like cocking those legs back and forth like pistons. This guy is hauling ass down the road with a fucking bag in his hand.
Oh my god.
Catches up to the car. He catches up to it.
Wow.
He gives him the bag, and then he walks back winded. That man is a hero.
Terminator
Goddamn.
Chick-fil-A.
He knows
That's awesome.
That's a precious cargo right there.
It is. Yeah.
You forgot your food.
I feel like at McDonald's, if you're standing on the other side of the room when your food is ready,
Yeah, they're
they'll
just like, fuck it.
right in the trash. Yeah,
Yeah, they'll throw it at you.
Yeah. You didn't answer when I called your number.
I'm telling you, dude,
food trash.
McDonald's is like Chick-fil-A when compared to this local place called Lindy's that does fried chicken. Lindy's is they're dicks to you because they know you like their food. The only people that go in there are like that love their food. And I remember me and my mom were there, and she ordered like a chicken sandwich with some fries, and she just got the chicken sandwich, and it was like a black lady behind the counter. And my mom goes, "Oh, I got fries with this." And the lady just turns around and talks to the chef, like right there. My mom's standing right there, and she just goes, "This honky wants some fries with her meal." And my mom was just like, and you know what? My mom didn't say shit because she wanted her fries. And that lady, that's the power of chicken sandwich and fries in the South. When you put up like the biggest sass of your life.
I think that's how the Civil War ended, actually. Over just some fried chicken and French fries.
Yeah. Everyone calmed down, and the secession stopped once.
Really, everyone.
They opened up some chicken places.
Yeah.
That's fucking magical. Kings, do you have any conversation points?
I mean, I actually put down some stuff like about gaming and stuff because I want to talk about Fallout 76 since that's what everyone wants to talk about.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, Sam mentioned that. He was like, "Hey, are we going to talk about? Should I prepare for this?" I'm like, "Nah, fuck it. I'll just ask you where you like to shave."
I thought we were going to talk about the Ottoman Empire.
Well, we should talk about the Ottoman Empire at some point.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
Yeah, that requires a good sit down. Let me tell you.
Yeah, once we get rid of the normies that are watching this, and we get only the diehard
hardcore viewers.
Yeah. They're just sitting there like, "This is some good shit."
Tell me
here
more.
We go. Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, so this question's going to be this is a really special one considering a lot of things, and you're going to understand what I'm saying here. So I want you to tell me something, one of the top things that you believe, that you think is true, that literally no one fucking agrees with you on. No one. I mean, not even your most beloved friend. No one agrees with you. What's the one thing that you could target? I know there's a lot.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we can actually go down the list. We can all answer this one because I know we all have very unpopular opinions about certain things.
I can't think of a single unpopular opinion.
Okay, I got one. This one will result in a lot of anger immediately. I believe that Brawlhalla is better than Smash Brothers.
Go fuck yourself.
Wow.
All right, okay. I'm gonna
I don't want to do this podcast with you anymore.
I will talk about this for a second because the only reason people die hard defend Smash Brothers is because of their little characters.
Thank you.
There's no backstory to the Brawlhalla ones, but Brawlhalla is a tight fucking game, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
it
very
is
sturdy.
Game. Yeah, and it's got some good maps.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's a great game.
Smash has some real stinker of maps, and they refuse to get rid of them. Whatever that one is where the fucking tree blows you off the side of the map.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah, or the Samus map with the acid that comes up from. Fuck that. Yeah,
right.
You know what? Yeah. Brawlhalla
Smash Brothers
a lot better after that was a jerk reaction. I apologize.
But you see what I'm saying, right?
I think you have some good points here. Yeah.
I have actually lost friends over that statement. Okay, it's some real shit. So
now the only problem there is that Smash does have like different characters that have different special moves, but Brawlhalla is very true to like the first Smash Brothers, where you just pick up shit and wail on each other.
Yeah, I like the basic nature of it. It's not too complex. It's not like you have all this bullshit to deal with. It's just beat the fuck out, whatever. But all right. So
to be honest, it's a more even playing field too. It's more competitive. It's just more skill. Because like different characters are like way stronger than others in Smash. You know.
Well, they do have there is that problem of balance in Brawlhalla as well. But there's the biggest issue with Brawlhalla right now is just trolls. There's I can't remember what they call it. I think they call it defensive playing or something like that. But it's basically where you just dodge, let the timer run out, and then at last second just beat the fuck out of someone and win the game, and then get easy fucking experience for your character and shit like that. So that's kind of bullshit. But for the most part, yeah, I like it. I think it's more solid than Smash Brothers in its current incarnation. I like old Smash Brothers, don't get me wrong, but now it's like, fuck it.
I'm still trying to think of an unpopular opinion that I have. I have so many.
Yeah.
I feel like
I bet you do.
That's why
I feel
chose
like
that question.
I feel like you've told me many before. I can't think of any specifics either.
Well, it's because like I was talking about this earlier. It's just like a character flaw of mine. I see somebody having a good time and everybody's agreeing on something, and I just, for the sake of being a dick, I'll just look at it and go, no, I don't like that. and then I'll sit there and come up with a laundry list of reasons as to why they're wrong. Just because I know it makes them mad. And that's entertaining for me for some reason. But I think the most recent one that everybody got all mad at me over was when I think it was the government came out and said that video games are an addiction. And like all those YouTubers came crawling out of the woodwork and they're like, they're not an addiction. I pay for my car for this and I pay for my house with this addiction. And it's like, yeah, so what? I told this to Aqua. I was like, yeah, what about like Dan Bilzerian? He goes out and he gambles at poker and gets millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. But then there's also that guy that walks into the casino and gambles away his kid's college fund. One of those is making a living and the other one is, it's an addiction. They have those people that are lined up at the ATM in the casino. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, there's a healthy application and there's also a really shitty one, right?
Yeah.
Everything in moderation. And application is.
And we were talking about that, like actually YouTubing, did I just say that YouTubing? Being a YouTuber is.
I like YouTubing. That was
cool.
That was
a good
one. YouTubing. Yeah.
I got a big day of YouTubing tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that. Let's make that a thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Aqua, like you will probably understand this, but like ever since I've been doing YouTubing, you play less games than you would think.
Yeah.
It's more quality time playing games, but you play less than you would think. You spend a lot of time editing and a lot of time like just working on stuff. Yeah, but there isn't a whole lot, like being a YouTuber, you don't play all that much. But so it's not really an addiction. But that Korean kid that plays Diablo 3 for 72 hours and gets a fucking ass clot and forgets to drink water and dies, you can call that an addiction.
Yeah. See, there's the ugly side of it.
Yeah. When you've been playing a game and you are so enthralled with it that you forget to drink water. It's one of the main things that keeps you alive.
The main thing.
That's literally that's a problem. That's not a game problem.
Arguably breathing trumps that.
Hey, all I'm saying is people at casinos remember to drink water. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
As they're losing their kids' college fund, I'm pretty sure they're sipping on water every now and then.
They remember to hydrate.
Yeah. So it can be a pretty bad addiction. And everyone got all mad at me. Might be because I called that boogie guy fat, but I think it was the whole addiction.
That's more why.
I think it was the addiction thing.
I think so too. Yeah. No.
Because the other one was just a statement, more of a comment.
You can be addicted to fucking anything. Yeah. Of course, you can be addicted to video games.
So
I've heard that you can be addicted to masturbating, and you know what? I do it 4 times a day, and I don't even feel like I'm addicted to it. So I could quit anytime I want.
But you just don't.
Same here. I don't.
Yeah, I just don't.
Until tomorrow.
If anything, I'll increase my amount.
Yeah.
There's some dudes out
just
there
to prove I'm not addicted.
Yeah.
To prove I'm not addicted, I'm gonna do it 8 times tomorrow.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Stick it to the man.
Yeah, I'll show him.
Well, there is some people who are addicted to really fucked up things too. Speaking of addictions, like one of the weirdest ones I heard of is dudes who are addicted to being kicked in the face by hot chicks. Like that's a pretty weird addiction.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah. I've actually been watching a lot of these My Strange Addiction videos.
Yeah.
On YouTube, and let me tell you, there's some doozies in there. This is some quality entertainment, guys. If you haven't seen this show, I recommend you check it out. It is you learn a lot. I'll just say that.
My favorite one was there's this lady that eats like her dog's treats. Like they're like milk bones, and that's it's hilarious too because she the way she did it, like when she woke up in the morning, she like scrambled out of bed like a rat to go nibble on a fucking dog bone.
She actually was frenzied looking almost.
Yeah, it was like she was getting the shakes if she didn't have a milk bone.
I saw one where this woman was addicted to dirty diapers. She literally went to a friend's house who has a baby to collect all of the dirty diapers so she could stick her face in them and inhale extremely deeply.
Whoa.
And like she walks around with one in her purse.
Does that make you
and
high
like,
or something?
takes it out during the day. Nope.
It's just like the smell?
No.
She just like loves the smell of it or something.
I actually had a buddy like quite a few years
Look
ago.
it up. It's real.
Yeah, I wish this lady was my friend in a couple weeks.
Yeah, really.
Someone to come clean out my fucking baby diapers.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I had a friend many years ago who I brought up. I was talking about how there's supposedly if you store up your own shit in like a bag or whatever, inhale it, you can get high off it. And he actually got like physically angry over it. He's like, that's fucking bullshit, because apparently he tried it. It's not a real thing. So if anything, she's just addicted to something else that's fucked up. Honestly, I can't wrap my head around it. There was one chick who ate a mattress. She ate a whole mattress to herself.
I've seen her. One? Yeah, I've seen that one.
Whoa.
I've seen a lot of these.
She looks like a mattress too. She's like really, I don't know, real big lady.
Well, you are what you eat, as they say.
She became a mattress.
I don't know why you're fucking surprised by that. What, do you expect it to be some 90-pound bitch eating a fucking mattress?
I don't know. There was one chick eating sand and she looked fine. I don't know. Oh, okay. So what were we talking about? Was something? Unpopular opinions. Okay. So Aqua, what's your unpopular opinion? That
oh fuck! I didn't even have a chance. I didn't know this was like spanning the whole group here.
Oh, it's gonna span.
Yeah,
it's gonna span hard. Talking about YouTube.
Aqua doesn't have any unpopular opinions.
Come back to me. I'll think about it.
He's the most laid back guy. He's just gonna be like, I think peanut butter and honey sandwiches are better than peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got one. It's pretty mild, as you described. but I think Dr. Pepper is fucking bullshit, and I hate it.
Wow,
I hate
what
it
a
too.
hot take.
Why
What
do
a
you hate
hot
Dr.
take.
Well, you just made me think of it. That's just, the first one I thought of.
I'm curious though. Why? What don't you like about Dr.
Tastes
Pepper?
like medicine.
I think it tastes like medicine as well, or like some sort of weird concoction.
Yeah,
Too many.
It's
too many
like
flavors.
Poison. It tastes like poison. 57 flavors of poison. That's what it is. I don't know. Yeah, see, everyone in the chat, they're freaking out.
Yeah, wow. Okay, yeah.
I think that has
They're
sarcastic.
They're losing it in there. Look at that.
Wow.
It's sarcastic. Nobody it's just
I
Dr.
know.
Pepper. Yeah,
I know.
there's no way.
Come back to me. I'll think of a better one.
Okay. Kings, I know you
Or
have
we
a
could
few
just move on.
unpopular. Yeah, we can move on if you want, but I want to know what Kings is. Honestly.
I want to. By the end of this, I want to hear one legitimate hot take from Aqua.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people say you can do anything, work really hard to do it or whatever if you work hard enough, and I think that that's complete bullshit. I don't know if everyone disagrees with that, but like I think like a lot of people, it's like, oh, well, if you work hard enough, you can become whatever, astronaut, whatever. But if
Are you saying that
like,
with
you
my
can't.
blood pressure problems, I can't become an astronaut?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I hate when people
Yeah.
like say that you can, and like it's like, oh, work harder and you can do it. It's like, no, you gotta freaking, have a start or no connections or something.
I got flat feet. I'll never have arched feet. Sucks.
Well, that's something to aspire to. Goddamn. When I grow up, I want to have arched feet.
No, but
You
I
know
think
what?
I think the big
I'm
thing
just
was
saying, I could never do it.
with like sports. It's like you can be a professional.
That's like
athlete.
a soulless thing you just said, Kings. Because honestly, you know what? You go and tell my one-legged grandma that she can't be the tennis pro she wants to
Yeah,
be.
well, that's what I mean. It's like a lot of people say that to their kids.
Heartless dick.
They're like, oh, go play a sports and you'll be a star and like be the best on the team. That's not the case if you're just not genetically there.
You know what? I can attest to that because my brother-in-law is like 5'6", and he always grew up with his parents telling him he could be the best baseball player he ever or whatever.
Yeah.
And he played it all growing up, and he was totally into it. And then he hit high school, and like his senior year, he wasn't on varsity yet.
Yep.
And all the people that were on varsity were like 6 feet tall or bigger, and like they were cranking him out of the field every time they were hitting the ball. And it's like he just wasn't there. He just wasn't there physically.
Right.
He's just small of a guy, and it like crushed him. And then it didn't help that I didn't realize he was sensitive about it, and I kept making fun of him. Like I remember when he turned 16, I got him a fucking phone book that he could sit on. He wasn't happy about that.
This is your brother you were talking about?
This is Abby's brother.
Oh, Abby's brother.
I don't like your husband.
Yeah, it was funny because he was so like open to me before, like, and he was so nice and everything, and then you realized that's another character flaw. I just shit on everything that people care about, like, and I could tell, like once I knew it bothered him, I just went into maximum overdrive, just making fun of his height as much as possible, because that's such a weird thing to be like upset about.
Well, to be fair, you know, as a testament to your character too, is like you can also take it, like you can dish it, but I've seen some mean shit slung at you, and you're like, yeah, like, whatever.
No, that is absolutely correct.
Some guy earlier was talking about like, God, what'd he say? He was like, I'm gonna hit your daughter when she turns 18. And I was like, are you saying my daughter's gonna be a fucking normie that doesn't get laid till she's 18? What a fucking nerd. I'm fucking kick that dork out of my house, getting laid so late in life, fucking loser. God damn.
Wow.
Hey, I have no fucking dork under my roof. Are you kidding me? God damn. All right, we can go on to the next thing.
Yeah, I think we're done here.
All right. So, you know, your character, your I guess your public presence has been kind of revolved around your ability to just take a swing at everybody and anybody. You don't seem to give a fuck about the repercussion. Is there anybody that you think you wouldn't take a swing at, you know, say on Twitter or whatever?
Yeah, you have to watch out about who's in your sphere of influence. For example, yeah, like I'm not necessarily, you know, one of the biggest fans of, I don't watch a whole lot of YouTubers to begin with, but like some of the comedy stuff from like, let's say iDubbbz TV. I'm not necessarily that big on him. I love him when he's with other people, if that makes sense. Like you see him on podcasts, you see him with other people. He's funny. Yeah. By himself, like all of his content cops, I don't get it. It just doesn't mesh with me. I don't like it that much. And I can't talk shit about him because he's substantially larger than me. And my audience, for whatever reason, is in line with his audience. A lot of the people that watch me watch him.
Oh,
yeah. So okay. if I was to like shit on him, and he has a much stronger following with his channel, those people are then forced to pick a side because people like doing that for some reason. That's another thing that's cracked me up. Like for example, whenever iDubbbz does a content cop on somebody on like Keemstar, people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" And then all of a sudden they hate Keemstar. I'm like, really? You're gonna wait until this fucking idiot makes a video about this guy, and then you're gonna choose to be upset? You're letting your opinions on someone be, you know, changed by iDubbbz? Are you kidding?
That happens all the time.
I know, and it's ridiculous that people would like, what's that guy, Rice Gum? If it really took iDubbbz video for you to realize that guy's a fucking idiot, then you're a fucking idiot. If you didn't realize it before then you got some problems. All right. They go far beyond following trends like that on the internet. But if it took that video for you to realize, then there might be some cognitive issues. Probably. No,
absolutely.
Probably live in Flint, Michigan. Been drinking that flammable water.
You won't leave.
I dog told me.
He definitely.
But besides that, like if I, you know, shit on some guy over here, like it doesn't matter. Like for example, when I made that dip video, it wasn't even a direct stab at that outlaw guy, the YouTuber outlaw. Yeah. It wasn't a direct stab at him. It just had some stuff in there at him. Technically at the whole genre itself of YouTubers that do like reviews. Oh yeah. But it doesn't matter. He could do like an 8-week campaign of nothing but videos attacking me. We don't share an audience.
Yeah.
There is nothing I'm untouchable in his eyes, and I can't touch him. He can't touch me. It doesn't matter. We're not within each other's audience pool because YouTube's so fractured. Like, imagine like everybody that's on it is a plate glass window, and then you like shoot a hole through the middle of it. You know how like spider web cracks?
Yeah, totally.
You know, there's some things that are within the same genre and they just don't know about each other yet. That's why collabing is so great. Like Aqua has an audience that is in line with my content, probably not in line with my content. They might like my content.
I think we just share a lot of viewers actually
because we've collabed. But if we didn't collab, they wouldn't know about each other. And so if you are going to be one of those dickheads that just it creates drama, you have to make sure it's not somebody that you would want to share audience with, unless that's your thing, is making drama to share audience, I guess. I don't know how that works. I've never been good on the collabing part.
Well, it's becoming more popular too to make channels that are discussing YouTube beef and drama and all this crap like that.
It's faster, you know. It's faster than like collabing, and it's easier than collabing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, people look at it like that. They're like, "I'll make a drama. Like, I'm just gonna pick this one thing to get Ben out of shape over."
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, no, it pisses me off so much that this guy's doing this, and then like you make a video about it, and you keep pestering them until they just go like, "What are you doing? Shut up!" And then people go, "Hey, that guy said shut up to this dude. What? I wonder what's going on here." And then they go like sub to him.
He matters. Go over there.
Countless channels based on only this, you know.
Yeah. And that's the same thing in like the rap world. Like you see like these tiny rappers like dissing like bigger rappers, and the bigger rappers are supposed to be like, they're considered just, oh, he's just gonna take these hits and not say anything. It's like, of course I wouldn't say anything either. This guy's a fucking nobody. Why would you even reply to him?
There was that one kid who made that video. It was like, I can't remember. He made that video. It was the equivalent of like, I hate PewDiePie, except he was like pissed at you about something. I don't recall what it was. That kid.
That was
that kid.
That little country kid.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
That was a good time.
I saved that video. I saved it. That guy
was a magical moment.
I watch it every now and then. He's just like, "Fuck you, General Sam. If you don't like Outlaw, then frankly," and then he like looks left and right and like looks at his parents, "I'm gonna shoot you."
and then he says, "With my gun."
With my gun.
Or with a gun. Yeah, like he specifies what he's gonna shoot you with. It's so weird.
Yeah. He like, it cracked me up that he kept looking left and right for his parents.
Yeah,
that was the best part. Yeah.
That kid, that kid does not like you.
I was gonna say don't take a swing at a serial killer, because then you might be next on the list. But okay,
yeah, that's you know what? Oh no, if he's behind bars,
okay, I guess maybe. Yeah, what if he gets out one day? You're just like, oh, I gotta change my name.
You know what?
Make as many videos about him as possible before he gets to you.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, whenever I meet, I've only met like a handful of people in public that know who I am.
Yeah.
And because I never leave my house.
Why would you? It's not safe out there.
Whenever I crawl out of my cave, one time I met a guy that was like an Edmund Kemper kind of serial killer type dude. And I made sure to be his little best friend, because I knew that guy knew where the fuck I lived in the vicinity, and I didn't want to end up turning into like, he'd make me into a lamp.
Yeah.
He's probably watching the podcast. He's like, he's talking about me.
You're talking about people that like knew of your channel and then met, like they like recognized you in real life.
Yeah.
I have yet to have that happen. I know I'm not a very large channel, but hasn't happened.
It's because they keep seeing you and they're like, "Hey, dude, that was fucking Jake Gyllenhaal. Did you see that guy?"
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, then at least they should come and say, "Hi, Jake Gyllenhaal. Where's that? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Throw a YouTuber a bone, okay?
Really?
Oh wait, this guy just asked a question. He goes, "Hey, why isn't Celestial on the podcast?" Kings told me beforehand. He's like, "Women aren't funny." That's what he told me. I was like, all right,
banned from Twitch already.
Yeah, it's his first podcast. We're already banned.
Put this fucking chauvinistic swing on
Sam here for the first one.
Wow, we just lost 3 viewers immediately.
The 3 women we had watching.
That was a joke, everybody.
Yeah.
When King said it, it didn't sound like a joke. I tried to catch it like a joke, and I played it off, but it really concerned me on the inside. Yeah,
we didn't have to bring it up.
Now it's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so before we move on to anything else, because I know Aqua probably has a few.
Wait, can we? Yeah, I got one follow-up question.
Yeah.
Besides the serial killer incident. Could you tell us about your other sightings in the
sightings in the wild? Yeah, when you're recognized in the wild.
That's what I call the world outside of Discord.
Spam hunters,
the wild. Yeah.
It basically, the only time I leave my house is for food. So really, the only times people have seen me is when I've been a complete fat ass, like doing something. One time was we were at Chick-fil-A, and the guy came by with like my tray of food. He puts it down on the table, and then he's like, can I get you guys anything else? And I was like, no, that's it. And then he gave us some napkins, and then like I'm sitting there like undoing my burger or my chicken sandwich, and I realized like his shadow is still looming over me. We were eating outside. And I look up, and he's just like staring at me. He just goes, I really like your videos. And then he fucking ran away. Like he just grabbed the
typical General Sam fan right there.
He fucking buggied out of there. And like hauled ass and like ran back inside. I didn't see him again.
Jesus.
And I kept like looking for him in there, and I never saw him like when I went back inside to go get my soft serve, because I got some of that afterwards. He wasn't even inside. I feel like he just killed another guy that worked there and took his uniform just to bring me the food. And then this other time I was at
in the bathroom.
Yeah. This other time I was at what's that place called? It's kind of like Chipotle, but it's not. Oh, Moe's Southwestern. Yeah, I was at Moe's, and Abby was full on into her pregnancy, so she was cranky and wanted to sit down at a booth. And so while she was in line ordering her thing, because I can't fucking do it right, I'm too stupid to know how to order a burrito apparently, she told me to go grab a booth. I sit down at one, and this place is like standing room packed, and I am ready to throw elbows to get people away from my booth. And I'm not like making eye contact with anybody, and all of a sudden I realize there's a guy standing over me, and I'm about ready to go like, no fucker, this is my table. Back on out of here. And he just goes, are you General Sam?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I just go, oh yeah. And his name was Arlie. I remember that. Arlie. And me and Arlie took a picture together. Like first he was like, can I get a picture of you? My friend loves your channel. I was like, sure, can I get a picture with you? And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, you're the first guy that's ever recognized me. So hell yeah. So I got like a picture with Arlie, and I put that shit on my Twitter, which then got banned. The history is gone. All these beautiful it's like Sanskrit. It's just lost to the ages. Nobody knows what
time. Wash your
just a nuclear desert of a fucking Twitter page gone.
Yeah. Oh God.
What a shame.
Bring up these old wounds, Aqua. You fucking dick.
You brought it up.
Good question, Aqua.
This had nothing to do with your Twitter.
Good question. Bringing your first guest to tears like that. Jesus Christ.
I feel like the loss of your Twitter was like
that was a real
more
stab.
Traumatic. Yeah,
that was a real stab to my heart right there.
Yeah,
you love Twitter. Followed that Twitter.
That's true. Yeah,
PewDiePie followed that Twitter.
Good luck getting that again.
Yeah, I kept sending him gifs of Vegeta getting raped by Piccolo, and he never responded to him. I had different ones. I had like one where it was like really slow and sensual, and then I had another one where it was fucking brutal and unyielding.
And he didn't unfollow you.
He didn't unfollow me. And he looked at them. I could see that he had seen them, but he did not. He never replied.
I guess he didn't want. He was like, I'm not going near this.
Well, ever since that whole like N-word thing that he did on Battlegrounds, you can tell that in some of the stuff that he watches and like likes, you can tell that he has a very dark sense of humor, but it's not one that's corporate friendly. And so he watches it and he follows it, but he will not. He knows now not to let the things mesh. Not that I'm saying the N-word is hilarious. That's not what I'm implying. What I'm implying is with
that was a good save.
That was a good save. What I'm saying, you could tell with his more recent content, he's on the edge. But he's not close to the edge. I'm saying he's looking at it though. He's within staring distance.
He can see it.
Yeah, but he's not anywhere close to being. He's just close enough to it that people still want to give him sponsorships, and he's not going to lose his channel anytime soon.
I quite enjoy his latest content.
I hated him forever, and then all of a sudden,
I really like his videos.
Yeah, his new stuff is great, actually.
Yeah. He's so cute too.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
That's just a bonus, you know.
Yeah, that's just. I bet you if I look like that, I could probably get some subs too.
Yeah,
that's the key. That's the key right there.
Yeah. If I didn't look like a foot, god damn it.
Foot.
That's a pretty good description, dude.
Wait, what am I thinking of? Those like thumb people from Spy Kids.
Oh my god.
I was thinking of the foot ninjas from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I see Celestial Hayes calling me out for my Trump ass.
Yeah, she wanted that to be one of the questions. She wanted us to ask you. You know, at first I thought she meant like you want us to ask you like, how'd you get so thick? But she's like, no, call him a fat ass. I'm like, what the fuck? So,
all right. First of all, you may think that I know she's trying to hurt my feelings, but honestly, I've worked 26 long, hard years to perfect this Trump ass. All right. And I'm not going to lie to you. I think Trump's kind of stealing his look from me.
Ooh.
Because mine is much more well developed. It's rounder. It's more succulent, sweatier, you know?
Succulent and sweaty. I like that.
And those two things go hand in hand.
The sweatpants shorts really leave something to be desired too.
Yeah.
When viewing.
With me? What are you talking about?
No,
yeah. I feel like you're always wearing sweatpants shorts.
Not
Am I
all the
wrong?
time. No, I'm wearing b-ball shorts right now.
Oh, okay.
But I try not to wear b-ball shorts a lot because they leave that texture of the cloth like imprinted on your ass, and that really fucks with the aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, nobody likes that.
Yeah. As you said, he's perfected the rump. So
Yeah.
the fanny.
Hey, god damn. All right, next question.
All right. So out of like, so you did mention like you don't really like, you're not like a big YouTuber watcher, kind of a YouTuber guy, watchy guy, but if you could choose one YouTuber in particular to single out for one you enjoy, one's content you enjoy, you've been watching lately, whatever recent that may be, who would that be?
How much do I have to pay you to say Aqua?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We set this up. We set this up.
Yeah.
All right. I think like if you're talking about okay, so once you're in this for a certain amount of time, you're not really interested in things that you do yourself. Because I think a normal person that's not like a egomaniac would probably isn't entertained by even their own content, if that makes sense.
Oh, it does.
So it's like everybody's the worst, like their own worst critic. And it's like I watch, like, why would I watch stuff that I also kind of make?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that enthralled with it. Like I make it and I might feel proud of it and I put it out, but I'm not going to watch it all day. You know, like that'd be weird. Like Jerry Seinfeld goes home and then watches sitcoms all day. I doubt.
Okay, well, let's reword it then. So who would you say, like, at least from an editing standpoint, that you know is doing pretty well for themselves? That you think
that's what I was going to finish it up with. The YouTubers that I watch aren't within gaming usually, or if I do watch somebody, it's something that isn't within the same strain. So like, I really do like Bed Bananas content. I do really like Anthony Pitt One's content just from an editing perspective, because that's something that's hard to do. It's time consuming. And I look at it and go, hey, that was well put together, especially since the guy's not getting any fucking money off the things. They're like 2 minutes long. Like, you really have to give him a hand. It's like, come on, he worked up for like a month on this.
Yeah.
And, he's really laying himself down. But I really did like for a while Jimmy DiResta's YouTube channel. He does like woodworking videos. And he just like makes shit, and he's in New York, and he has like this crazy. Well, I didn't realize Aqua's gonna laugh at me, but you know, in New York, when you're walking down the sidewalk and there's all those metal grates you're walking on. Yeah, you're walking on like a hidden city underneath your feet, just like Futurama. If you open those up, that's a staircase that goes down into a basement. He has a basement in New York City that's just like a giant workshop with tools and all sorts of crap down there.
Yeah,
and he
people
just
live down there.
Yeah. I'm like, what the? It's like all the mutants from Futurama under your feet.
Mole people, yeah, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and so that's what he has. He has a workshop in New York City, and he has one in upstate New York. And his channel's pretty cool. Jimmy DiResta. I've really started to like that Norwegian guy that just sits there and drinks vodka like water.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff I watch right there. I watch that, and then just weird. I watch a wide range of things. Like I spent a whole day on people carving blocks of soap. I enjoyed that. They make little figurines, they cut it up and then slice it a certain way, and all the little pieces fall down. It's I guess it's kind of like an ASMR thing. But we were doing the soap thing for a little while, Yeah. I share a lot of it in Discord. I'm sure a lot of you people see all the garbage I throw in there. Yeah.
Soap, seafood preparation, personal favorites are the blackhead popping videos.
Yeah, those are good too.
I love those.
I found this other channel. It's called acoustic something or other, and all it is this guy playing all different acoustic instruments, recognizable songs, but it's just a 1 minute video of a section of a song, and he's just outside in a nice environment, and his dog is just walking around in front of him as he plays whatever it is, and I love that. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Also, Report of the Week. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. I watch him too. Absolutely. Yeah.
Classic pick. I know it's cliche, but
it goes without saying. He's awesome.
He is YouTube's Mozart, as everyone said before.
Absolutely. Let's not forget Protopod as well.
Of course, Protopod. He's kind of on the DL. I didn't want to talk about him too much because I really just want him to remain underground.
Yeah.
He's like
gem.
Yeah. He's like that little $20 bill you have folded up in the back of your wallet that nobody knows about.
Yeah. Remember the final question from the Rust game show? Who was the best YouTuber?
Oh.
Hey,
the answer was
yes. The answer was C. Protopod.
Protopod, man. He's the man.
Yeah.
He's so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess, that's kind of all my talking points for the evening, but we could return back to see, because I know Sam wanted to hear Aqua drop some heat as far as unpopular opinions go.
Wait. King, I think King's had he wanted to talk about some games and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I still want to know what your fucking heat is. But
dodged a bullet right there.
Yeah.
That's what I do best, avoiding responsibility.
We're not going to forget it.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't thought about it once since, but okay.
You should probably
I'm
think
just
about
trying to pay attention and listen, be a part of this podcast.
This is a podcast. This isn't a listen cast. We don't have to listen. Okay, you just ask questions and let them talk.
You guys want to talk about Steam for a second? What they've been doing recently? They took down the active shooter game, which is the game where you are a shooter in a high school, and then they, I guess, are taking it back and saying that they're not going to actually police any games from now on. And also they're stopping OP skins from selling extra skins now. So I don't know. What do you guys think about Steam stepping up its shit or changing its shit?
You know what? Hey, try hard. I'm the guest.
Let the guest talk.
I don't understand, but go.
Yeah, personally, when it comes to corporations and stuff, I like it when they just kind of have a laissez-faire attitude towards this kind of stuff. As long as it's not inciting violence or specifically gearing people towards some sort of it's to commit something illegal, then just let them go. Even if it's offensive to you, who cares? Somebody else will probably like it. I don't see why all of a sudden when this is something that's popular now, all of a sudden, people are losing jobs over crap.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is that they took down all the nudity games, and then people were outraged that they were taking down nudity games. So then they put them back up and said that they're not going to police it anymore.
Yeah, dude, come on. If I want to get on my computer and finger blast some Asian chicks in VR, I should be able to.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And not only that, but I think they realize that they are the go-to place for games. And if they start turning away certain things, there's going to be competition that pops up. If they just are welcoming towards everything, as long as it's not breaking any sort of laws, and as long as they're putting up the proper age gates, because hey, let's admit it, I'm about to be a parent soon, and I'm not going to like it if my kid's finger blasting Asian chicks at 7 years old. I'm going to be like, look, hey, That's Daddy's toy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Daddy's game.
Hey, whoa! I haven't gotten to that level yet, and stop stealing my moves. That's what I'm gonna tell her. But
like the pay-per-view channels when we were growing up, you know.
Yeah.
Like they were on the TV. I just couldn't get to them, you know.
Yo, did you have that type of cable box where, like, when you went to the nudie channels, it was like the signal was all messed up, and so you had to look at like a wavy tit going across the screen?
Yeah, it would scramble the waves. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was like one of those visual puzzle games. Yeah, you had to sit there and like try to figure out where the was.
Try and see the sailboat.
Yeah. You'd sit there and like shake your head left and right. It's like, I think that's a warp titty. Cool. Yeah. That's what made me the genius I am today, you know? Yeah. Being able to unscramble visual images.
There's no resolution too low for this man.
Yeah.
Sheer will and determination.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The horny young man, nothing will stop him.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, they're a force of nature.
Yeah. And then what was the other thing about Steam? It was what was there?
They're taking OP skins, they're suing them, and they're taking down like being able to sell it through a third party, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but like it took them this long to do it, and they're kind of like cracking down now. I just think it's a little.
Yeah, I've never got that, but I never got the whole trading of skins outside of games, and I think if what they should do is make it just not so it's a thing with undercut the opportunity for someone to have a business like that by making your platform a better outlet to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The big thing with OP skins is you can trade for like PayPal money, actual. So like you can't do that in Steam.
Yeah, you can't do that with Steam because they don't want you to ever. Yeah, like when I sold my goddamn stupid PlayerUnknown's handkerchief, I got $700, but I couldn't do anything with it. Like I wanted to pay
games.
Yeah, I wanted to pay my fucking mortgage bill. And they were like, you got to buy games. I was like, all right. And then you know what the worst part is I went to go buy, those Asian like finger blast games. They took them off the market.
Yeah,
so like, what am I supposed to?
Bad timing.
$700 with
just a series of tragedy.
I think if you could extract money out of Steam, though, it would just become like a big.
Well, it already is a laundering thing. Like there has been like I guess drug deals that are going on with it's like a dragon lore for the X amount of whatever drugs that they want, and they're trying to stop that by stopping OP skins being able to make actual money from it because it's like a way to launder money. But like,
what kind of bootleg retarded cartel is laundering money through Steam when there's cryptocurrency?
Right, I don't think it's a big like cartel thing. I think it's more like
college kids.
Dude, college kids. Yeah.
Give me your fucking AK skin with stat track.
I'll give you an ounce of weed, pencil shavings.
I did hear about that for a while there. That was like it wasn't like a huge epidemic, but it did become a problem. And Steam was like, "Oh shit, these guys are laundering money." So I don't know. I don't know how they plan to stop that though.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I also feel like why not just do it with cryptocurrency?
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah.
Then again, I feel like cryptocurrency is not going to come in. Like if, for example, if Aqua's like, "Hey, Sam, you owe me $100," and I give him $100 in Bitcoin, like by the end of the day, it could only be worth $80. So like, I understand why people aren't laundering money with Bitcoin. It's fucking annoying.
It's too.
It takes forever.
Stable.
Yeah.
I think the word is volatile.
Volatile. That's the word.
That's a great word.
Orby asked an interesting question. I think we should open up the dialogue here with questions from the viewers.
Are you going to talk to chat? You're going to be one of those streamers?
That's what
we're going to do. Yeah.
At the end, yeah. Orby asks, what movie made you cry the hardest? E.T.
God.
E.T.? Yeah.
E.T.
Armageddon.
The Last Starfighter. Because it's such a bad movie.
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not even that big of a fan of the movie, but like the end of Gladiator.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck, got me right in the feels.
I love that.
There it is.
I don't even remember that.
When he's walking with his hands through the wheat and he's seeing his family again.
Oh yeah.
His family, yeah, and
sad but happy.
Joaquin Phoenix, played. He was the only thing that really held that whole movie together. I think
he was a really good actor for that.
Yeah, he was the tent pole on that movie, and his whole he
sometimes
really...
some weird stuff makes me cry, like very unexpectedly.
Yeah, like weird cartoon commercials and shit will sometimes make me cry.
It doesn't happen very often, but like at certain movie, I don't know.
Oh,
I guess
and
it's not that weird.
Hey, Toy Story's 3 when they're gonna go into like the incinerator. If you don't shed a tear during that scene,
yeah,
I mean, you're not even. Yeah, when they're all like they all just accept defeat and they hold each other's hands.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's like moments like that.
I'm welling up right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I was in the fucking theater fighting tears, man. I was like, God damn, son. You're next to my girl.
Yeah, Star Wars makes me cry, sort of.
What?
Yeah,
like all those moments
of how bad they
in
are?
Star Wars. No, I like when they do the throwbacks to the old movies. I get emotional.
Hey,
I don't know why.
If we can roll back to hot takes, I don't like Star Wars. Never have. I don't understand the appeal of Star Wars. I never understood it.
Honestly, I can understand why you wouldn't like it. I just grew up watching
garbage,
and I think that's why I like it.
I grew up watching it too, and when the first time I saw it, I was like, "This is horrible. Why am I watching this?"
Yeah, I think it's more of a nostalgia trigger for me more than anything. Yeah.
I don't know. I like the universe. I like the Jedi and the Force and shit. I don't know. It just gets to me. I don't know.
My dad explained it in a very interesting way because he always liked Star Wars. But growing up, he was like, you don't understand. When I first saw it, movies about space before then were all like 2001: A Space Odyssey, where everything's clean and sterile. Star Wars was the first movie to come out where their ship was barely running. It was like, a 15-year-old Honda Civic where everything's like duct taped together and it's a piece of garbage. Everything's dirty. It's all grimy. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand that. It was like the first thing where it's like the future's not all shiny and beautiful. It's not like, Canada in space. But from my perspective, there's been plenty of movies since then that have taken that idea. And, I think Firefly as a show is better than Star Wars is.
I think Firefly was an amazing show as well.
Yeah, someone's gonna stab me in the kidney.
I do think that Firefly was a good show.
Firefly was amazing.
I love Star Wars though, but yeah, I agree. Firefly was amazing.
I didn't see that.
Bean Man Jones says old Star Wars was considered a Western space story when it first came out, and that is actually I do love that that concept. Firefly was part of that concept. It's called like a what is it? What is it called? It's like a space western or something. I think it's what it's called.
I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Where it's like the law hasn't made it out there yet, which is how it's going to be. People are going to start going out there and then they're going to be like, yeah, but what about cops?
Fuck them.
It's
going to be maritime law.
Yeah. If I'm out on a planet and I come across someone and they have some shit I want, I might, I'm not going to directly kill them because I have a conscience, but I might, sabotage their ship.
Yeah. Kill them in a way that you don't have to see them die, but they're dead. Yeah.
And then take their stuff. Why not? Who's gonna know? I'm wearing gloves. I'm in a spacesuit.
Practice.
Yeah, it's it's the future.
Yeah.
Why not just double the stuff I have? I played enough DayZ to know this. You take what other people have and you walk away.
Honestly, Diablo 2 online made me into a businessman.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
That alone. Yeah.
I was thinking of, if you go on the moon today, you can still see the footsteps of Armstrong up there. So that means if you're on a planet in a spacesuit with, and you kill someone and take their stuff and then you leave, like 50 years later, they can come by and it's like a perfect hermetically sealed crime scene. They can still find your ass. It's not raining there to get rid of.
It's all gonna stay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
there's only one man on Earth with a size 4.5 boot.
No, I mean, like,
and that's General Sam.
Don't leave a clip of your hair, or something, left right next to the crime scene because they'll stay there forever. So, if you're doing a crime in the future, just make sure to bring stuff to clean up properly, like a broom. Broom, just dust away everything.
A space broom.
A space broom. Which looks remarkably like a regular broom, but it has it's got like the Jetsons like antenna on top and stuff.
Little buttons that don't do anything, but they light up when you press them.
Yeah. Classic space broom.
Yeah.
All right. Did anyone else ask?
Someone asked a question.
They caught your eye.
Yeah, someone asked, and this is along the lines of the movies. Which movie were you most into that you wouldn't even get up to the bathroom for to leave or whatever? They worded it weird, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I think.
Oh wait, hey, can we go back to hot takes?
In theaters, love
hot
them.
takes. Here it comes.
Can we go back to hot takes? Yeah, I don't like Lord of the Rings either.
Oh my god!
I'm learning a lot about you tonight. I'm not sure I like this.
Yeah, you know what? It's something about high fantasy. It's just not gritty enough for me.
I love that shit.
I like fantasy, but I don't like high fantasy for some reason. Like with elves and stuff. I don't know.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh wait, and if we're gonna talk about movies that one, I wouldn't get up for, and two, that made me cry, I forgot about Blade Runner at the end of the first one with the whole tears and rain thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end. By the way, the aesthetic color palette of that movie, of that entire scene was beautiful. But then Blade Runner 2049, when that came out, dude, I remember I went into the theater having to piss and I was late. I sat down and I did not get up for the whole thing. And then when I got up at the end, it was like I had to pee so bad I couldn't it hurt to sit forward to get out of the chair. Because I was like,
it's where you think you're like die from a ruptured bladder.
Yeah, you're like pushing the urine back into your kidneys and you feel
you're pinching the end of your dick.
Yeah, it just feels like someone's sticking a knife in there.
I felt my vision tunneling. Like I was like, I'm gonna die.
You're experiencing barrow pressure, like yeah, man.
But Blade Runner 2049 was an excellent movie, I thought.
I couldn't even get through that.
Get out. But you can't get through the whole movie? You didn't like it?
I the first one, I tried to watch it 3 times, couldn't do it. The second one, I turned it on for like 15 minutes. It's like I should probably, if I can't get through the first one, what am I doing here? I don't know.
I liked the sound work. I liked the soundtrack to the new Blade Runner. The old one was awesome too, but I really liked the new soundtrack. That was something that stood out to me. But as a movie, I don't know. I couldn't hold my attention either.
I saw an interesting movie recently called Wakefield, where it starred Bryan Cranston. He was just like a regular guy with like a typical family, typical job. And one day he just like snapped and like decided he wasn't going to come home. And instead he just hides in like the attic of his garage. And he stays there for like a year. And just like, and the whole movie is him just like kind of watching his, like how his family reacts to him being gone. And like,
you know what?
It was a really interesting movie.
I remember you talked about this movie a while ago, which means that you've thought about it a lot since then. And I love movies like that where it's like, you just think about it every now and then.
I think about that movie quite a bit. It was just like a really interesting like examination of life. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, cerebral experience. I like those kinds of movies as well. Very trippy.
Yeah. Anyway,
let's see here. Someone did ask something here. One sec. They asked, question for Sam: what movies do you hold in highest regard?
You know what? Hey, you know what? I know I threw Lucas under the bus with the whole Star Wars thing.
Indiana Jones.
Nope, not Indiana.
Spielberg. Never mind.
No, Indiana Jones was George Lucas, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
The newer one, I think. Or wait, am I fucking?
No, the older ones. The older ones.
They were okay.
He took Harrison Ford from Indiana Jones to do them in Star Wars. Anyways, no, he came out with this movie, THX 1138. And I think about that movie a lot for some reason. I like that movie. It was just a weird, really quiet movie, and I liked it. It was kind of like a dystopian future type movie. It was a pretty good experience. I also like, these are gonna be like cliche picks, but I like anything from Guillermo del Toro, Francis Ford Coppola. I really, of course, like.
Did you like The Shape of Water, that new movie?
I watched The Shape of Water. I did watch it, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. I really did like Pan's Labyrinth.
It was silly.
Pan's Labyrinth was fantastic, but
Pan's
The Shape of
Labyrinth
Water
was
was.
The Shape of I was convinced the whole time in The Shape of Water that was Abe from Hellboy. Anyone else feel that way? Like, I don't know. I thought that was maybe like a backstory.
Well, he's had a fascination with that the creature from the Black Lagoon, which was actually filmed near me. Actually, there's a spring near me that it was filmed at.
The original one?
Yeah, the 1950 whatever one.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's sick.
But what is that movie? Apocalypse Now, I think the movie is from Coppola. That movie I love. These are all like just cliche picks.
Yeah.
The boilerplate standard ones. The Pulp Fictions. Apocalypse Now.
Shawshank.
Shawshank's pretty good.
Yeah. That's one of my top.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always loved anything from Scorsese for some reason.
I love Mel Gibson's movies. I know you're not supposed
Lethal
to like
Weapon.
him. Yeah, I'm a huge Gibson fan. I know he's done some questionable things, but let me tell you,
like everyone talks about that with like Cosby.
I
like don't
love
take into
those
their
movies. Yeah,
don't take into account someone's personal life with their work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't, like, for example, Mel Gibson at the height of his controversy, they still put out that movie he made, Apocalypto, and Apocalypto got brushed under the rug.
It was so good.
Under the fucking rug because he did the whole sugar tits thing and then went on a racist rant with his wife. And it's like, dude, that movie was fantastic, and he was out of the limelight for it. He didn't promote it personally. It had nothing but like regional actors that were from the ethnic background of the characters. It was so well put together. It was just a fucking great movie.
It was revolutionary. The whole setting was just like nothing that someone had tackled before. It was very unique.
Yeah. And then and everyone's like, nah, I'm good.
I felt really like missing out.
Yeah, I felt like nobody watched it, and that movie was fantastic.
Really
I think he's one of those
Braveheart,
people.
The Patriot, all those.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Braveheart.
I watched Braveheart like once a year.
You know what cracked me up about Braveheart was they made like all the English wear like the same armor, so it's like they're the bad guy.
Yeah,
like, oh, it's that guy with that armor that you've never seen in history before. What the fuck are they wearing? It's like that metal like grid thing. Yeah, I'm like, you could just poke right in between the plates. What the fuck is that thing?
Yeah, there's not even armor.
Yeah. But hey, and no, it's Poob that likes this movie. What's it called?
The
Princess Bride.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, The Princess Bride.
That's a classic. That's a great movie. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I like wacky movies like that too. I'm not that into comedies, but unless they're weird comedies like that, and also anything from the Coen brothers, like they always have a weird sense of humor.
Yeah,
like the Lebowski. Big Lebowski is the classic pick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that movie just gets funnier every time you watch it.
English are always the bad guy. Yeah, that is true. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, even if it's based in America, the evil guys always have an off English accent. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Weird.
There's always something sinister about people from Scandinavia. You always have it's always like Scandinavian villains. And it's funny because I think it's because their culture is so everyone's so nice and everything. And the place is like utopia.
Taboo.
It's like utopia up there, and it's like there has to be something that lies beneath. Nobody's that fucking great and perfect. And so you always think that, hey, if there's going to be like a megalomaniac, he's probably going to be from there. Like that guy with the YouTube channel that we're talking about, Aqua, that just goes around with the seaweed on his head and jumps in the water.
I love that guy.
And drinks vodka.
Yeah.
You give that guy $2 billion, he'll try to take over the world. I guarantee it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, this man he's really got just his whole life down pat, and he
you can tell that dude doesn't have a significant other at all. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He's unhindered by a job. He isn't held down by any sort of family obligation. Is that guy, his seaweed on his head and his vodka, and he's just going out. And I love him.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was very captivated by this guy. Is there any way we could bring up a video as an example on the stream and we could like watch it and analyze it together? Can we? Do we have that set up yet?
Send me the thing. We can't watch. We have to play at the same time, essentially.
Yeah.
Or you have to watch it delayed.
Yeah, we'll time it up and hit play. That could work.
What?
Well, in the meantime, while you guys are setting that up, I'm just gonna say this dude goes above and beyond in terms of shit that, like, look, my grass right now is like 1.5 feet tall. All right. And I refuse to cut it. This guy, I watched a video of him. He gets a lawnmower, straps it onto the front of his boat, and boats out to like some random island and starts mowing the grass out there because he goes out there and camps every now and then. And someone comments on the video and says, "Hey, is this your do you own that island?" And he's like, "No, I don't. It's somebody's island, but I go out there and mow the grass because I camp out there every once in a while."
That is dedication. Holy shit.
I'm like, dude, I stare at my own lawn all the time. It's right outside my window, and I refuse to mow that shit because it's like, I don't want to do it. It's so hot out there. It sucks.
Pain in the ass. The grass is itchy. The sun is hot.
Now, if I had to go get a new lawnmower and boat it over to an island to go mow some grass that I don't even fucking own, you're out of your mind. I wouldn't do it. Hey, I have a homeowners association breathing down my neck. I still don't do it.
Nothing will make you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone hear about the EU banning memes? Is that a thing?
Is that real?
Is the EU banning? I can see that because like people, old people are so out of touch with things, and especially just the irony that comes with humor on the internet, that they view things for like 2 seconds and they're like, you know what? That seems like hate speech to me. Or they see like one iteration of a meme and say it's hate speech. Like the whole Pepe the Frog thing. It's technically on the hate speech radar, or it's in a,
yeah, they don't understand like the scope you have to look at these things through. You know, like
it's
the
generational differences. I think.
Yeah,
like that's what we ground down to.
All right. Do you want it at 75 seconds or at the beginning?
Oh, at the beginning.
Did I get
this?
That's
just where I was.
That's where
it last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Oh no.
So they did it due to copywriting. What? That's interesting.
More related to copywriting memes and things due to films. Oh.
Yeah, copyright is in the age of the internet, it's a very, I don't know. I feel like me and Aqua, I don't know how old you are, Tryhard. How old are you?
29.
Oh shit. You're old as fuck. You sound young.
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
I've always been talking about like this, like me and Aqua are old dudes, and because I know Kings is like 14.
Yep.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm creaking around over here. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I just want to remind you.
Kings is 26. Thank you very
Oh,
much. We're all pretty old
we're
here.
all so fucking old. Listen to us. God damn. All right, but hey, everyone here just needs to acknowledge that Tryhard's going to die before us, so we got that to look forward to. But,
yeah, it's true.
Look at that ice cream sandwich. He has a little bite taken out of that. Like he put his he put his mouth on it.
I'm also 29, so
okay,
we're the same age.
Hey, Kings, we'll be high fiving at their funeral. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, up top.
Okay, you finished that yourself.
We're 29 and you're 26.
We'll be eating yogurt with Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, idiot.
All right. So
am I supposed to be getting a link to this?
Yeah, I'm waiting on a link here.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Aqua, are you doing it?
What? What am I doing?
Sending them the link.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And the entertainment comes grinding
to a halt.
If you guys remember at the beginning of the podcast, I said this is going to be a fucking mess. This is where it starts.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we're starting the beginning, or
Yeah,
we're starting
start
at
at the
75? All right. One second.
Fantastic.
Get in there and pause that. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Aqua, count us down. Everyone ready?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, excellent. Hey, I get to see this ice cream sandwich just jitter in his mouth.
Oh wow.
By the way, the climate that this guy looks like he lives in is just so desirable.
Was there a bug on that bun?
I think there
Like
was a
some kind of
bug.
insect?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a slug on there.
He's like,
Yeah,
I don't
he
care.
has this little thing where he like kind of like intentionally like does gross things, and I like it. I appreciate it.
Right.
Like if there's a piece of shit on the ground, he will step in it and like make a fun of it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That was a pretty hardcore anchoring he did there. That was good.
Yeah.
I respect a good seaman.
I feel like that was supposed to be dirty.
No. I meant that absolutely as it sounded. Oh, he's eating sushi. Damn.
Hell yeah. He's living the life, man.
What's he doing?
Now, I
against the
love
tree?
it when he does like vodka drinking and he always goes, he like drinks and just goes,
What's
Yeah.
a fucking chainsaw? What is this?
Let me tell you, this guy is taking vlogging to the next level.
Yeah.
he's just, it's like a silent film, but he's insane because he's by himself. He doesn't have anyone to talk to. Why would he talk?
I would love to
Yeah.
see this at the Sundance Film Festival. Like critics just go nuts on this.
No, really, like there's something about this that is really just like it's interesting. It's like satisfying to watch almost. Like he's like living the outdoors life that I severely lack in my life. And I think like I don't know. I when I found this guy, I just binged him and I think you did too, Sam. When I showed this channel to you,
I'm still watching his videos.
yeah, they're really just there's something about him. I appreciate this.
Those sounds he makes are just perfect.
The riveting, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a strange man, and I appreciate him for everything he does. Yeah.
Yeah. He has a uniqueness that must be celebrated.
He's I'm loving his little strappy sandals there. Those are nice. What a fucking strange guy. Just the waking up and riveting.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Apparently, no one can hear it in the. All right. Well, this is our first episode. We're
No, they
working the
can hear. It's
kinks
just
out
really
here.
low.
Yeah, just trust us.
Oh,
He's
okay.
riveting, and there's some ASMR going on.
There's hardly any like
There's
audio
not
in
much.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Actually-
figure it out for next time.
The sounds are kind of nice, actually.
Wait,
We'll figure it out.
You want me
for
to
next
turn
Crank
it
up
up?
that volume all the way up. All the way up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kings, crank it all the way up. Crank up that soldier boy.
Yeah, like this, like sticking his hand in a pile of ants.
Yeah, that crunching was very satisfying.
Yeah.
But like, why do that? You know, like why on earth would you do this?
Why not?
That's pretty awesome, honestly. I like to manhandle some ants.
There it
Oh,
is.
there it is. Yeah.
There it is. Excellent vodka. Dude, he doesn't just take a little sip either. He's
He
drinking that
chugs
shit like
it,
water.
Yeah. You can tell it's actually vodka too. The way the noise his like gullet makes when he swallows it.
It's
That's
that propeller.
100%.
He just stepped
my
in
God.
shit on purpose. Oh.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. With bare feet. Like, what the fuck?
What shit is it? Was that bird shit? That was really too big to be bird shit.
Oh my god, this guy doesn't even know his fucking foul shit. Come on.
Wow. Fucking snot rocket. Just like, yeah. There's another vodka swig.
This guy has lived. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. This man is definitely extremely drunk all the time too.
yeah.
You know what? Hey, there's the video after it called On Thin Ice 5. That one's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to hear
They're
like,
all good.
but
They're all perfect.
he only drinks a couple times a day. Like he doesn't. I don't think he gets thrashed on it, but he just does like a shot every couple hours. Yeah, I question whether or not he's actually intoxicated or if he's just drinking. Because I feel like he shows every time he does it.
Yeah,
You know.
I think so. I mean, like, one thing can be said is this guy has a very simple, happy life. It just looks like that. You know what I mean? Like, Me, I complain about fucking everything. This guy is just like, he's like porpoising on some ice right now.
Yeah.
Drunk off his ass.
He's a happy guy, you know.
Wait,
Wait, if you're watching the ice one, make sure to turn up the volume for the cracking.
I did, yeah.
When he's going over the ice, and it's the most. That guy's got some agates on him. I would not have the balls to go skating over ice that thin.
No, that's some scary shit. Like every time he goes underneath, I'm like, the river will carry him away.
Right. I wonder if
be able to find the opening.
When it's frozen like that, is the current still there underneath?
Yes. Yeah. We have a river running through my city. Like it intersects 3 ways, and it freezes over every year. And every year we have like 7 or 8 people die from just trying to cross the fucking river. Like they break through, and the river just drags them off. No one ever finds their body. So yeah, it's pretty scary. The sounds this guy makes. That wasn't even a ribbit. He's just like.
I watched another video of a Norwegian guy like doing thin ice skating, and he went out with walking poles. So in case he fell in on the thin ice, if you go to climb back out, the ice breaks underneath you again because it's so thin.
Yeah.
That's that. Look at it; it's rippling. The hell. Yeah. If you have like the sticks, you can place them down, and it like disperses your weight over a larger area. You know.
Yeah, so it doesn't break.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This guy is out there with nothing. It's just him.
Oh,
like what?
There it goes. Yeah. Have you seen the video of the guy? He shoots a 9mm bullet at a completely frozen lake, but he shoots at an angle, and then the bullet like ends up spinning. Or I think I can't remember if he shoots it down, but the bullet ends up spinning like a fucking high-speed top, creating the most crazy sound effect that I've ever heard. Definitely something we should look up. It's not when we're doing this, but it's really fucking sick.
Then he drives a car on
interesting without sound. Wow, yeah, he's just doing fucking donuts on the ice. Wow.
Yeah. So back to what we were talking about like a long time ago. This is the kind of stuff I watch. And,
yeah, same. It just stuff that has nothing to do with what I make.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if I do watch stuff like that, it's like very few channels, and they're kind of like outside of Yeah,
I think ever since I started doing this YouTube thing, I'll watch my buddies' videos for like gaming. And shit.
Yeah. Like I watch like friends' videos. Like I watch both of your videos, and I forgot about that. That's big.
Yeah,
too.
I think that's like the one exception I'll do it, but like. Yeah, generally I just watch shit like this or like fucking Vine compilations. Love Vine compilations.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Those are the best. And the thing is, they're all the same Vines in every single compilation, and I still happily watch them all again every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's that good.
I watch a lot of pornography. I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's actually my favorite content creation on the internet.
Oh yeah, and there's like on Pornhub you can actually like have an account and like upload like a YouTuber, but you're a Pornhubber.
You ever look at the comments on there?
Yes, they are hilarious.
Yeah, that's
she
some
is
good
beautiful.
stuff.
I want to make fuck.
No, like a lot. I feel like they don't even have anything to do with anything a lot of the time. They're just like,
oh yeah, no. Sometimes it's like I saw one where this one guy was like helping a kid with math or something. This kid's like, "Hey, I'm doing my math homework. I need help." And some guy's like, "Oh yeah, the problem you want to do this and this and this."
That's what I'm talking about.
And meanwhile, fucking like Riley Reid's just getting face fucked up above, and it's like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, the internet's cool.
Yeah, it is. It's got everything you need and more.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk about, because there was like when we're talking about ages of everybody, but you guys all remember since you're all old, just like me. I feel like now that the era of like the internet being the Wild West is over. Like we're in like Red Dead Redemption right now, where like this is the last little bit of it before it's all policed. But you remember like back when you could just torrent whatever the fuck you wanted, nobody cared.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no rules. It was just garbage out there, and it was free for the taking. And now I feel like enough corporate interest is in the internet, which means money, which means, of course, the government's like, all right, now we have to regulate it. And now everything's started to get locked down a little bit. And there's still some areas of freedom, but for the most part, it's not really anonymous anymore. If you really wanted to, you can find a way to find out somebody's identity. It used to be completely anonymous.
Yeah.
And there was no hope of finding somebody's.
Yeah, I mean, social networks are pretty big.
And there's actually sites out there you can just type someone's fucking name into, and you'll like get everything about them. It's some real shit. Yeah.
And I just feel like, it kind of sucks in a way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's better because you can make a living on the internet now more reliably than you could before. But that's always, I've always thought back to that. Like, at least, you know what? I think in the future, hopefully, when I'm old, maybe, just maybe, it might be one of those things like, I always look back on my grandpa's life and I was like, dude, you lived through the Great Depression. Like, he was growing up during the Great Depression and then went off to war where the whole world was fighting it. And I was like, that was some shit. He watched like the world advance into like typewriters, women can work, black people are okay, and now we have computers. Like, that's a pretty extensive life. He lived all the way through the 1900s and experienced everything.
Yeah, we accomplished quite a bit, actually.
That was in a very short period of time, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, my grandma, like, she remembers the milkman being a horse and buggy wagon, and she woke up in the middle of the night because the milk guy, the fucking horse's leg broke on a pothole, and the police showed up and shot it in the face. Like, that was one of her first memories. And like, when she told me that, I was like, bitch, you are fucking old. You are old.
Your grandma ever tell you about the Iceman? There was a man that would come around and bring you a big block of ice.
Yeah, for the ice
okay,
boxes.
that was
so you could put it in your ice box because no one had a refrigerator.
That was not in Florida. We did not have Iceman.
The Iceman.
Iceman would melt.
No one needed that in Canada. Everything was ice.
My grandma is in her mid-90s. Yeah, she's
you
old.
remember that?
What?
But I'm thinking, like, when I'm old, maybe, our kids will look back and go like, hey, they grew up when like the internet was new.
Yeah.
They remember
he was a gunslinger of the internet.
They remember GeoCities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
GeoCities, MySpace, Yahoo Chat.
They had a Friendster account and Napster and all that crap. Yeah.
LimeWire.
Also, we're kind of the last generation to grow up like without it. Like, it wasn't like nobody had it. Like, I grew up playing with toys and stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody has like even like toddlers are just on iPads now.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's interesting.
Yeah. My buddy has technically 3 kids. But his 3 kids are like, since they were really young, one of them could barely even speak. I don't even know what that issue was about. But they were always on these tablets playing like Minecraft on their tablets and shit like that. And fuck it, man. When I was their age, I was just getting injured every other day. That was my fun, And
yeah.
We are the first generation to basically have most of our lives with social media. I'm wondering like what the effects will be late into life,
Yeah.
If there is any, because even if there are crappy iterations of, like now it's complete lockdown with like Facebook, but like before there was always social media. It wasn't like all encompassing like it is with Facebook where it's everyone's on there. But we always had our social interactions on the web a lot of the times with like AIM and stuff. Because before, I remember when AIM was like a thing. Because before it was like,
I missed that.
In elementary school, I
loved it.
Yeah, elementary school was like you go home and then I will see you tomorrow, my friend. But then I remember like all of a sudden middle school AIM came out and they were like, hey, when you get home, log on to AIM.
Yeah.
So I'd fucking crack my mom in the jaw if she picked up the phone.
And then it got all intricate too. Yeah. It became a little social media profile. Like there was like a song that you could attach to your thing and like a icon and took that shit seriously. And a screen name.
That's how I learned how to type really fast. This was I was juggling different like people talking.
I learned from Diablo 2.
Diablo 2, man. You go over Doom.
You gotta be quick.
You
gotta
be quick. PvP. Those trade rooms.
Yeah,
no, dude, those trade rooms. You go in there and they would be like, "Hey, Soj for Nigma," and then you would be sitting there.
Auctioneer thing.
Yeah. You'd be sitting there one finger at a time trying to reply, and then Speedy fucking 2 fingers over here. He typed it faster than you, and boom, guess who got that Nigma? He did.
Yeah.
And so then you got to step your game up. You went from the indexes only to the T-Rex 2 fingers at a time. And then before you know it, you got the whole hand. And then my class, they tried teaching me how to type with Mavis Beacon. I was like, listen here, bitch. I've been typing with my whole hand in this fucked up way.
The claw.
It was like I type with all my hands, but like if I went to do something complex, I would still just bring my middle finger and my index finger over and just like rapid fire those things on certain keys. But I would type with my whole hand for like most stuff. And then Mavis Beacon broke me.
Dude, that like position you have to hold your hands in, like it's like that typing position where like you have your index on like J and F and then whatever.
Yeah, it looks like you're about to grab some imaginary titties. Like
it actually like it fucked me up too. It still fucks me up because like now when you place your hands on that shit, especially if it's like in a dark room, because I don't have a lit up keyboard. If that's anywhere other than that proper fucking configuration, you're gonna be typing some exorcist shit to people. It's fucked up. I miss my clawing technique.
Yep. Yeah. I'll always have my finger over. And so whenever I do an L, it'll be a semicolon. And then I'll be off 1 key over to the right. It's always my right hand because most of the time it's like your left hand always finds its way to the WASD perfectly. But that right hand, it doesn't get as much use.
Is anyone in here left-handed?
Of course. All the cool kids are. I'm left-handed.
Are you really?
Yeah.
So do you use your mouse with your left hand?
No, I'm not a fucking Neanderthal. I say right with my left hand. Use my mouse with my right hand. And
you're left-handed. Yet you play all these games and everything with your non-dominant hand.
I wouldn't say I'm ambidextrous. What I am is I can do intricate things with my left hand, and then I can do most grippy power things with my right hand. But it basically what it comes down to is if one of my hands gets crippled, I'm fucked because I can't do something in my life. At least with everybody else, it's a flip of a coin.
I always wondered that if like left-handed people, because I see them using the right-hand side mouse, the right-hand mouse, even though they're left-handed.
Not all the time.
I was wondering,
just learn to do it.
They actually do make left-handed.
They make lefty mouses.
Mice.
Yeah, mice. Yeah.
No, I know they do. I just don't see it often. I don't know.
No, I know. Yeah, no, I was always curious about that too. That's pretty cool.
Orby wants to know what's your beat hand.
You know, when I was talking about I'm not quite ambidextrous, at that I am.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When one gets tired, I switch over to the other.
Yeah, and sometimes just to excite the experience, you like bang bang, like one then the other, like rapidly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You just push the blood in the end and give it a good punch.
Jesus.
All right. I guess maybe we should think about wrapping it up here.
Yeah,
does anyone have anything else to say or any thoughts? And what did you think of the first episode? We don't really know what we're doing here, but yeah. I liked it. I had a nice time.
I will say we haven't heard a hot point from you yet, though.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what?
Hey,
I've
maybe
been too
it'll
focused on our riveting conversation in the foreground of
this.
Of
could be
my
like
mind, you know?
This could be like the long con of this thing. It's just like every episode you ask somebody a hot take and Aqua never delivers.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, no, you get to me later.
Yeah.
Like,
We'll get to that next episode.
It all started because Sam was like, he's probably gonna be about like peanut butter and pancakes or something.
Yeah. No, like what if like on episode 100, like he finally pulls out his teeth. He's just like, you know what? Midgets aren't people. Just felt like take their rights, take their social security numbers, put them in a camp. Oh my God, Marco's got teeth.
We broke them.
Hey, you know, I just want to say this podcast is exactly what I got into YouTube to begin with. It's like what I like about it is that you can have like fun times with people and then you can use it as almost like a catalog of like, hey, remember that fun time that we talked about Aqua hating midgets? And then you can go back and
that's episode 1.
Yeah, that's episode 1.
Yeah,
this is dope. Yeah, people seem to like it, so thank you guys. Yeah,
hey, and you know what?
I thought it was pretty fun.
I was a bad enough first guest that it's uphill from here. You know, next one can be easily better. Just find someone that can speak, and you'll. I would not recommend going with someone that's a mute.
You know what?
Like sign language only. That's not a strong second guest, but as long as they can speak, you'll be all right.
Yeah. You know, when everyone recovers, I think we could, we should have you back again, Sam.
Yeah.
When everyone recovers from the first time.
Yeah.
Hey, I can be like Norm Macdonald to your Conan O'Brien. Whenever like the guest couldn't get there on time, they would just bring out Norm.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always you have my number, just text me.
All right.
Yeah,
that all sounds good.
I'll drop by and just be like, hey, let's fuck this up for a moment. Why not?
All right.
Yeah.
So next week, same time, same day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
If all of you probably know Sam, but check him out on YouTube and Twitch as well. General Sam.
Hey, and perhaps
check out his merch.
God damn it. I was gonna do like the slyest transition into generalsam.bigcartel.com. And like fucking Kings just kicked that right in the dick.
It's some good merch. Check it out.
And me, Kings, and Tryhard too. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks.
Yeah, love you. Bye.
See ya.